With the loser on the floor.
Get down. Let me clear my throat. Yeah. Oh, that's better. That's better. Somebody pass around the offering. Since I'm always preaching on tracks, you feel me? I might as well get paid for it. Sermon of the day. You right where you supposed to be, baby. Informants informing, that information forming. Important you get a portion of fortune pouring. Confession, fortunately, blessings are not they snoring. You mellow, so focus on scoring. Got your underperforming. I never expect something, never assume nothing. Judging me for my past, but that's why I'm triumphant. I don't demand, I know where I stand like engineer hands. Watch how my life pans. That game plan, show out like a drotter, pop out like a cutter. Telling the kick rock, skipping the course, squares like hopscotch. This gonna be my mood to my beat drop. Putting my boogie shoes in my diddy boots, ain't no stop. I'ma make the rest of my life live. Yeah, I'ma make the rest of my life live. Gonna make the rest of my life the best of my life. Yeah, I'ma make the rest of my life live. I'ma make the rest of my life live. Gonna make the rest of my life the best of my life. Congratulations on the celebration. I know I don't whip out a need of a validation. No congratulations on no celebration. I know I don't whip out a need of a validation. Yeah. If having hope is dangerous, call me evil and evil. I'm leading on the wrong side, living with peasant needles. So lethal, made Shane Black wanna write a sequel. Cause I snuggle my dream till it's seen as illegal. And I still probably will, cause I can never give up. I got my goals calling me, how could I never pick up? Either we make up or just break up, and the snake hits, get the break up. Yeah, so
I'm gonna bring it down. I'm gonna bring it down. All right. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. Happy Thursday, good people. How y'all doing out there? How you doing? What a week. Thank you for joining us again on tonight on the Bravo with Sheila Network. We are glad to have made it through another week. Can you believe it's October already? This is our second Thursday. We're into the second week of October. Time is flying. So I hope that you are doing something amazing and awesome with your time. Time is short. We have more time at this point in life behind us than we do in front of us. So we got to make sure that we make every day count. We have to make sure that we make every move, moment, all of the things extremely intentional. And we have to make sure that we are showing up for ourselves first and foremost, right? So happy Thursday, everybody. So glad you could join us on tonight. Y'all know what night it is. It's the greatest night of the week. It is Thursday, and I'm excited because it's nights like tonight that we get to come on and spend some time with you, and we appreciate you being here with each and every one of us. So welcome in again, everyone. If you wouldn't mind, hit that like button. You can hit the subscribe as well. You might as well, if you're liking us, hit the like, that thumbs up, just like that. And then if you wouldn't mind, hit that subscribe button so that you can be informed. Make sure that notification bell is on of every show, every moment that comes up on the Bravo with Sheila Network, so that you don't miss a thing, because we got some good and great stuff going on over here. I promise you, ma'am, and I promise you, sir. It really is good stuff. On Monday nights, we have Mondays Beyond the Mic. That is hosted by none other than Dr. Elaine Saunders and me, your co-host, Ladies on Beat. And we over there doing all types of things, talking all types of stuff. I'm starting to think that Mondays is becoming like Thursday Junior, or the prerequisite, the prequel for Thursday nights. We've been having a good time and engaging. So we don't want you to miss out on great conversation. And all of these things are just for us to come together and talk and grow. We are not here as experts, although some of us are licensed, certified professionals in the areas that we do work in counseling and in therapy. So if you do need a licensed professional, we can also connect you and make sure that that happens. But on nights like this, we don't come in that vein. We take off our professional caps and we are coming just to have conversation. Not here to convict nor convince anyone, but just to have conversation with one another so that we can just dialogue, just let our hair down and learn and grow from one another, right? Sometimes we have to, take up with the profession to the side and just be people. Is that all right? Sometimes as a leader, you can't always say what you want to say because you got to be, very professional. But when we come on Thursday nights, guess what? We can put our hats to the side and just be us. And that's what we intend to do. All right. So we've been having an amazing month. And again, I want to welcome everyone. And if you don't mind, please, ma'am, please, sir, again, just hit that thumbs up button. Come on in the room. For those of you who are in the expensive seats or the silent section, come on down to the comments, say hello. We want to greet you properly. We just want to love on you and tell you how much we appreciate you. I promise you it's safe down here. We have security. So while you are sharing and engaging, the number one rule that we have here on the Bravo and Sheila Network is respect. We are not here to convict nor convince anyone of anything. We're here to have open conversation and dialogue. We are here to learn and grow for one another. So everyone is free to express and share whatever your moral compass is. You are free to share it. As I always say, most of us that are on the platform are believers. Me, myself, I'm a God's girl. So you what? Always going to get a little Jesus when you get me. So with that being said, again, we want to talk, we want to engage, we want to converse, but we are not going to be disrespectful. Because if we find that disrespect is shown in the comment section or on the panel, we have our security in-house. I told y'all who in the silent section. We got security here. We don't play no games. And she is also the greatest moderator to ever do it in Where These YouTube Streets. She is none other than Ine Kenya is in the house. Thank you, Ine. So glad that you are here as always on your post doing what you do best. And we love you for it. And she belongs to us. We will fight you for her. Okay. We don't condone violence, but we will come get her. So we love her so very much. And as always, we also want to pay homage to the queen bee of the Bravo with Sheila Network, Pastor Sheila Ingram herself. I call her my Auntie Bravo. And we paid a good bravo and salute to her, thanking her for yielding us this captain's chair on Thursday nights to spend some time with you all in conversation. So if you don't mind, share this out so that other people can come in and be a part of this great conversation. We know people watching from the outside too, but we want you to come in and engage in the comment section. We want to hear what you have to say. We want to hear your thoughts, feelings, and opinions, and let's talk about it. Again, we don't have to agree, but we do have to be respectful, and we embrace everyone's thoughts, feelings, and opinions because everyone is valuable. So with that being said, I believe we're going to jump into this conversation on tonight. Let's see who else is in the chat. We have the intellectual soapbox in the house. Good evening. How are you? Thank you for tuning in and joining and for hitting that thumbs up button on your way in. Because by the time we finish our conversations, we never know, we might forget. But thank you. Salute to you. Pay homage. Much love. So y'all know how we do it here on Thursday nights. We're going to get into this conversation and we're going to pull a squad up tonight. Some will be folding in maybe a little bit later, but we're going to go ahead and jump in and get started if that's all right. So y'all know, he was out. He was away. He had some surgery. We were praying. Thank God that he's back. And so we're going to bring up Sir Eric the Matador is in the building. How you doing?
Good evening. I'm a little bit better. I'm standing.
All right. Standing is good. We'll take it. We're glad you are here. Glad you made it through surgery. Glad that you made it back. And we are sure that you will have some philosophical something to share with us on tonight.
Yeah, I'm going to try.
I'm sure something will come to you. And look who else is in the chat. We got Moose in the building. Don't play with it. I'm his biggest fan. Okay, I'm starting his fan club. Hey, what's good? It's okay. We got you. We love you too. You already know. Don't make me start telling the people. You already know what it is. But we hope Moose will be back with us soon. Kidnapped him as part of the team too. He got some good stuff. All right, because I'll get stuck right there. So I'm gonna keep trailing down the comment section. Moose says, happy you are better, brother. Talking to you, Eric. And
thank you. I can't be seen on camera yet.
Oh God, here we go. Okay. We understand. You don't have to. It's just your voice that we really need. You good. You got it.
Yeah. Thank you.
And Speaking of, that's right, Moses. He is our Moses. Remember pre-burning bush Moses? Yes, yes, he is Moses. He is the our Moses, although he's Muslim, but he is our Moses here on Thursday nights. That's right. Why? Because he does what Moses did. He leads the people out of the darkness into the light. Y'all gonna find out even more. But thank you to our favorite here, our favorite girl. You know her. We all love her. She's the Bravo sweetheart, or the sweetheart of Bravo. It wouldn't be a show without her. Come on, Coach Theo is in the house. How you doing, sis? Think you're muted, Mama. Excuse me, y'all.
Yep, I am. I say happy Thursday. I'm good. Hope everybody else is good. Eric, glad to hear you feeling better.
I'm here. I'm here. I'm not 60%, but I'm here.
All right. Well, you're here. That's what matters.
Yes, yes indeed.
We only need the 40% that can respond in this conversation, so don't worry. You know, you can keep the other percents. You keep the other ones. So
I'll give it to you.
you're good. You're good. You got to have something for the people at home. You got to have something left for people at home.
Yeah.
So, again, welcome in everybody. Y'all know who I am. I'm your Thursday night host, Lady Dawn B, and we are going to jump into this great conversation that we're going to have on tonight. We started this conversation last year, and it was the birthing of a wonderful organization, Fluffy Nation, my peoples. This is the time of year and season where people are looking to link up, hook up, touch up, get together, because no one wants to be alone in the cold. No one wants to, have a chilled pillow. Everybody likes a little warm body right next to them at night, I'm just going to leave that there before we go, we'll leave that there. So I don't know if you guys know, but the fall season is my favorite season. It's the season of my birthday, fallness. So I love fall, but fall is also a time where it's labeled as cuffing season. So I want y'all to be alert and aware of what this is, because some of us experience it and have no idea that this is what is happening. Sometimes these short-term relationships that we have that kind of pop up out of nowhere, and it's all of the love bombing and the romances and all of that. And then, I kind of feel like cuffing season is what gave definition to love bombing and ghosting and gaslighting and all of these things, because you experience all of that within the window of cuffing season. So if you start to wonder why, your relationship seems a little short-lived, it's possible because you were caught up in a temporary relationship during cuffing season, and it is a real thing. So for those who don't know, cuffing season is a period in late autumn and winter when people tend to seek out romantic relationships, and this is the definition that they give, romantic relationships, often short-term, to combat loneliness and to have a companion for the colder indoor months and holiday events. Now, I want to pause there for a second because I really feel like after COVID, people were stuck indoors with each other, with people that you really got to know, whether you wanted to know them or not. You didn't have nowhere to go, nowhere to escape. So it's funny how it's the complete opposite. So I think COVID has had an effect, a little bit of an effect and change on cuffing season as well. Because right now, nobody want to be cooped up with nobody. It's giving the impression to people like, nah, I'm good. I can make it by myself. I'd rather have my time alone. I don't care if it is cold. I'll get an extra blanket, put some socks on, something. But cuffing season is still a real thing. And the reasons that they say for this phenomenon, as some people call it, include the desire to avoid feeling lonely, a need for security at holiday gatherings. Nobody wants to be the dateless person at the company party, right? Because everybody there. And the increased appeal of intimate indoor activities like watching movies or staying cozy with someone. Data suggests a significant number of people change their relationship status to in a relationship between October and February. Isn't that something? Only to return to single by March. I'm gonna pause there. Come on, squad. What y'all think about this so far? Theo look like you loaded and ready to go. So come
I'm
on.
listen. I have never experienced cuffing season, so I am, you know, taking it all in. But when you said people change their relationship status October to February, I'm like, okay, so you meet somebody and immediately you're in a relationship for 6 months or 3 months or 4 months.
Isn't that crazy? Yeah, yeah. Because cuffing season is it's like the scouting time. You know, there is a whole. Well, I'm telling you, by the time there's a whole process to this. Like there's a
Mm,
whole calendar, a whole schedule rundown, like a
wow.
timeline of how this thing works, and it's crazy. You know, some people you ever wonder why nobody talking to you in the summertime. But all of a sudden, it's like September, you know, you become like a hot commodity. People tended to be a little more engaged with you. I mean, maybe we haven't noticed, but you know, so for some people, I'm like, pay attention to the flow of or the influx of people and communication and how it picks up. Just like during COVID, I think a lot of people, I know for me, I found my phone started ringing from random people, like not a hi, how are you? Not a Facebook, like, hey, what's up? Response to it. Like you reached out and calling me, you like FaceTiming me, and we never talk, like ever. Like just real random, like what is that about? So you are cooped up by yourself, and now you are faced with loneliness. And so we are reaching and looking for forms of companionship in different places. Eric, what do you think about it so far?
Yeah. Um. So I never had to experience the cuffing season situation. My relationships have always been long term and all, but I do know people who can't wait for cuffing season to come around because that's when they need to get that buddyship on and everything, and it's crazy to just want to be in a relationship part time. You just want to be in a relationship for the season. So like you said, from like now until February. And then usually cuffing season, if it's a guy, the guy may cut the woman off right before Valentine's Day.
Hmm.
And I'm just being honest and real about that. A lot of guys do that where they cut the woman off before Valentine's Day and everything because they don't want, because they had to deal with them for Christmas. So they didn't want to deal with them for Christmas, New Year's.
Yeah, that was going to be my question. So they hung in there for Christmas and had to buy what a Christmas gift, but they didn't want to buy a Valentine's Day gift.
Yeah, because see, Christmas, you don't have to go out in the street with your cuffing.
You can still be.
Valentine's Day, Valentine's Day is going to require you to go out into the street with your cuffer. And,
Chick up.
and a lot of guys don't want to be. A lot of guys just don't want to be. They just don't want to be seen outside with their cuffer.
That's what they're called, cuffers.
I'm calling it cuffers.
Eric is terminal.
I'm calling them cuffers because that's what it is. That's what they do. They cuffers. They cuffers.
I love it. So they're cuffers.
Now, see
Okay.
the
Yeah,
reason,
they cuffers.
but the reason why this is so key is because in the hotter months, you know, everybody's outside. You know, so you being a free agent during the summer and the spring, you know, you get a lot more hits. You know what I'm saying? You get a lot more attention. During
Exactly.
the winter, it's very different. Winter puts everybody in a different frame of mind. I mean, some people love the winter and the cold, but if you think about it, how does your mood change when it starts getting darker earlier? It's cold outside. You be mad that you got to walk from your house to the garage. You know, just simply because no one wants to go out, but you want to stay warm, right? Hold up,
Mhm.
in the chat. Moose says too many options in the summer. People can't focus. Exactly, exactly. But he says winter is real, and it is. It is a whole different story when winter time comes. So I know you may think like, well, why can't you just hold on to your summer love in the winter then? Why? Because everybody, not everybody, but a lot of people have this mentality of wanting to be with something new, something different. And I have to say, like I said last year, Fluffy Nation was formed. But the thing about it is, this is where a lot of the more plush, thick, fluffy, BBW men and women, our big beautiful people community, start becoming real popular. Not all the time, but sometimes. So this is why it's kind of passionate for me, or important to me, because I need for us to realize that, okay, so us thick people, like, we actually hitting all year long. I mean, I'm just saying, we keep it tight all year long. But don't get caught up when the season starts to change and all of a sudden now everybody, people who ain't never paid you no mind now, it's like, hey, how you doing? You looking nice today. And this is men and women alike. Because everybody's starting to think about, like this, I might need a little extra warmth, and something else a little extra to hold on to. I might not want to, I want to be able to lock my fingers in at the tips, not so much, at the head, because I need some extra stuff going on, and people tend to start thinking that loneliness plays a great part in why people are so prone to kick up during cuffing season. Now, again, this is not for everybody. It's not all inclusive, but it is a real thing. Excuse me.
Well,
So
I need to figure out what I'm doing wrong, because I'm not getting no hits in the winter, summer, spring, or fall. So
it's not necessarily a bonus to be hit on in the winter, because I'm just saying you gotta pay attention to the times and the seasons. Just
I'm like, what's going on in every season for me?
right. You gotta give it some thought. So, but winter is real. Winter changes people's mood. Again, summertime, everybody want to be outside. You want to be free so you could get your hits up, and so that you could, you Mr. and Mrs. Popular. But in the wintertime, you may not want to be locked in with all that pressure of now entertaining so many people. You just might want to be locked up with one. And during the summer, again, you may be more open to not being committed, but in the wintertime, you want a sure thing, So is one of the things that I was reading about. It says, why does this happen? What brings cuffing season on? Like, why do people switch up? And a few of the things that they mentioned again was loneliness and mood. The shorter, darker winter days can increase feelings of loneliness and restlessness, making people more prone to seek a partner to boost their mood. Do you guys, and y'all can, answer this in the chat too, do you guys tend to find yourselves in the winter time or in the colder months more prone to reach out to people? If you think about it, because we all have a cycle that we go through. But in the winter, when you are not as busy, you're not as active, we're a lot more idle. Do you find yourself reaching out to more people during the colder months?
Nope.
Okay. What about you, Eric?
When I was single, I don't do the reaching out because like I said, I don't call people up just because it's cuffing season. If if if
I
we
mean,
gonna date, if we're gonna date, we're gonna date. But I'm not gonna have you around just for the season.
okay, but in general, when it's colder out and you can't get out, because the thing is, winter disconnects a lot of us. It
True that.
disconnects a lot of people, it disconnects a lot of us. And so you find yourself in a more lonely or alone state that you were not in. Summertime, everybody doing something, everybody's going somewhere, everybody got something happening. In the wintertime, ain't nobody invite you over for a barbecue. Ain't nobody inviting you out to dinner. Everybody ain't saying let's go to the movies. It's like, nah, I'm home. I'm gonna stay home and chill. So that connection of companionship and company is missing for a lot of people. So like,
Correct.
do you feel like have you ever noticed that? I mean, and if it's not your pattern, it's not your pattern. But for a lot of people, we find that again, that loneliness and that shift of the mood is what causes them to now seek out partners or companionship because they no longer have as much access.
Yeah, yeah. Um, it does sort of swing the mood when the winter time comes around because yes, like you said, you don't get to go out and see as many people as you would during the spring, summer, and fall. So the winters can be quite lonely. especially if a snowstorm hits and you snowed in for 3 days. You just sitting there looking out the window like,
Counting the snowflakes, feeling like it's Lord of the Flies. Like,
yeah, yeah. I,
y'all
I
stuck up.
can't I can't go nowhere and nowhere can come to me. you know?
Right.
So yeah, it can be stressful. But that's why you have other entertainment. You got TVs, you got music, you got books. You can clean up your house, catch up on stuff, whatever the case may be.
But nobody want to do all that. At the end of the day, we know we don't really want to do all that. Okay, once you get your house clean, once you've read all your books, then what? You ain't got nobody to talk to.
Yeah.
I'm just
We talking now.
I'm probably an anomaly because I cherish being alone. But I guess being alone is different from loneliness.
yes, it is because you
So,
can
yeah.
be in a room full of people and
And
still
still
be
be
alone.
no, yeah. But yeah, but I don't know. I mean, and especially now living down here, right? We out in the winter too. Cause
Well,
we
yeah,
not we not getting no snow and we not getting real cold weather. I mean, it gets cold, but it don't get cold where you're like, I'm not.
y'all don't get real cold.
Y'all outside every day, 365 days a year.
Yeah, exactly.
Most of y'all is like 62. I'm like, what? We sweating at 62 up here in New York. If you ain't from the East Coast, you don't understand, like real cold. You know what I'm saying? The South is way different. I'm like, it's way different. Y'all get a little bit of snow. Y'all get a what is that? A showering and everything shuts down.
Exactly. The whole entire state.
Oh, a dusting, right? Up here, it's like, what did it? A chop by we going? Like, what? It ain't
Exactly. The
for
first
real.
time that happened down here, I was like, so y'all are telling me to stay home because it's raining hard? Okay. Right.
It's way different. It's
So
way
it's different. Yeah, I mean, I do, but I do know people that have had this cuffing thing going on, you know.
okay.
So I'm sure it's a thing.
It is, and I think sometimes some of us may have experienced it and not even known that we've experienced it. It's just
Yeah,
it's
possible.
real random.
That's
Not that we have ever been in, or we may have even been the one who initiated the cuffing and did not realize it.
yeah.
Because we didn't have language to it before.
Mhm.
But this is all to bring awareness because we tend to jump in, and especially I want to say women, because we're high emotionally, and it's not to say that men are not at all saying that. But women, we are driven by emotion
Mhm.
most of the time. So for us, having this type of attention drawn to us, we tend to lock in quick. Again, you already planning a wedding, what your babies is going to look like, what your dog's names is going to be, all of those things, not knowing that, sis, this ain't going to last forever. This is a seasonal thing. And so you kind of have to, because you think that if you think about the process of relationships,
Mhm.
how long does it really take for you to feel like you and this person are locked into to have a commitment? You meet someone, y'all are talking for a while, like after a month, do you decide, okay, I want a commitment, so we're going to lock in and it's going to be exclusive, me and you? Is it 2 months or 3 months? And if you think about it in that time, that's a whole season. So now you have got to the point, you've gone through all the preliminaries of the relationship, you did all the foundational work, and now you're here. And then all of a sudden now you're thinking, okay, we get ready to rock out in the next season, and Valentine's Day comes around and all of a sudden the arguments start. The fussing starts. The distance starts. And why? Because cuffing season is over. That time frame is over. So it's just for us to kind of be aware and think about so that you can make wise choices as you're going forward, because we in it right now. I'm telling you, when I give you the breakdown of this schedule, this had me hollering.
Oh,
I was cracking.
so where's Justin? Is he starting his
Today is actually Justin's birthday.
Oh, today's his birthday. Okay.
He's gonna pop in a little bit later so we can sing happy birthday to him and say it and celebrate him. But you know, he is being celebrated and honored,
Birthday.
trying to spread his love around. See, he ain't in the cuffing season, he's in his birthday season. So we're gonna give him a little credit today. So another reason why they say cuffing season happens is because of social pressures. You know, during the holidays, nobody wants to be alone. You know, very few, I'm going to say nobody, but a lot of people don't want to be alone for various reasons. You know, the holiday seasons bring social events and family gatherings where being single can feel isolated, leading singles to seek a partner to attend with. Now, I know, I'm pretty sure if we're all being honest, we have all invited someone to a holiday party, a family event, you know, a gathering or something during the holiday in our singleness that we really didn't want to go with, maybe, or we really would not have thought about it under other conditions, but, you know, because I didn't want to go alone, because it's no fun going alone. You know, everybody's going to be coupled up. You know, you have somebody, so let me find someone. Have y'all ever experienced that?
Nope.
You've never initiated it, but how you know that's not why someone invited you somewhere during the holidays?
I don't think I've ever experienced that though.
I never have a problem going anywhere by myself.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
I don't care.
We know you're a party in a box by yourself.
That's right.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing. Like, I don't mind going somewhere by myself, but also I'm just thinking back to the relationships I've been in, and most of the times I've gone to Christmas or holiday party, whatever. I was in a relationship with that person. Like, it wasn't like we had just met. So I can't really think of a time where someone invited me just, you know.
Just kind of.
Yeah, I'm used to being like the what do they call it? The third wheel.
Third wheel.
Mm.
Okay. All right. I mean, what I know some people do. I'm glad to hear this. You know, for us in chat, y'all tune in, y'all chime in. Have you ever been in that situation where you've either invited someone to an event or something just because you didn't want to go by yourself? It could be a family gathering, like, hey, you know, why don't you just come? You know, everybody in the family, if your siblings are all married, they come in with their spouses, and you're the single one. Does that make you really uncomfortable? Do you get tired of being the one? You know, that Aunt Sarah is saying, you know, again at Thanksgiving, like, you still by yourself? When you gonna get a man? When you gonna get a woman? You know, we've all heard that. Everybody got an Aunt Sarah somewhere talking like that. You know, we all have one of those. But the real thing, and people started because holidays are coming, and so you want to look for someone that you can take in with you and experience all the joys of socialization during the holidays. Mm-hmm. Nobody necessarily, and I think, now I'm thinking about it, I'm gonna say no one wants to be that one person without someone, but I also think that honestly, if with flipping the coin, in today's society and culture, relationships are so hard to have that a lot of people actually prefer to go by themselves.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and crazy. Like, that's way different. So then you have a whole room full of single people, ain't nobody trying to talk to nobody. You know, so I don't know, cuffing season may have taken a turn. Might be something a little different now going on. Another reason that they say this happens is because of cozy indoor activities. Something about saying how the weather encourages staying indoors, making the idea of sharing intimate moments with someone more appealing. And I think we've all kind of maybe had that experience. Oh, hold on. Moose says, I want to travel by myself or with my kids. Okay. I'm with you, Moose. I'm with you. Come on, sir. Love ain't Disney. Listen, y'all about to find out about Love Ain't Disney. Next week is Poetry Week. I'm probably listen, y'all need to go over to TikTok and follow Moose B Strength so you can get hip to Love Ain't Disney. Just remember that. Love is not like a Disney movie. It is not. That is truth and fact. It's heavy over there. It's heavy. Follow him and then go check out Love Ain't Disney. But hopefully he'll be able to be on next week so he can come and share in person. Because that's a good thing, y'all. It's a good thing. Hold on one second. Eric fell off. We want to get him back up into the room. All right. So Moose says that he wants to travel by himself or with his kids. All right. Anybody else feel okay traveling by yourself? I want to travel by myself. I don't want to travel with my kid. My son is 23. I live with him. I don't want to. I can't even get my words out no more. I'm like, can I say I don't want to? And I feel like I am cuffed to my child. And I don't want to be. I feel like I was kidnapped.
You're not cuffed. You're handcuffed.
I'm held hostage. This is bondage.
With no ransom.
Ain't no romance here. There's nothing intimate about this.
No
so
ransom,
go over
no
there. But okay, so fam, do y'all have any issues? As Moo said, do you prefer to travel by yourself or with your children? Like I said, I can't do it.
Is my wife on?
Listen, I'm sorry. Hold on, y'all. Let me do this disclaimer because I see where this is going already.
No. You asked the question. I just want to answer, but I want to make sure.
I know. No. Before you answer, you're not going to stop me from putting this disclaimer out here.
You don't need to put the disclaimer.
The thoughts, feelings, and opinions shared by Sir Eric are not necessarily those agreed to with the opinions or the integrity of the Bravo and Sheila Network. Those are his independent thoughts and feelings, and we are just here to embrace him and to provide a safe space. Now go.
Hey, Ma.
What? Because you ain't gonna give me a trouble.
All right.
So
the question, I would love to just be by myself and be able to travel by myself. Unfortunately, because I'm married, my wife doesn't allow me to go certain places.
Did you just say unfortunately? Did you?
I'm saying unfortunately, I'm married and can't travel.
But
I'm fortunate. No. Understand. I'm fortunate to be married. I love my wife. What I'm saying is I would like to travel by myself, but I can't. I just can't. If I want to go to the Fiji Islands, she want to go to the Fiji Islands. If I want to go to China, she wants to go to China. If I want to go to Kathmandu, she want to go to Kathmandu.
You are not making it any again, Tasha.
Listen, but I'm just saying, like with y'all, okay. Like with
don't say it no more.
When y'all went on your trip, I was like, all right, cool, go ahead, enjoy, not a problem. Here, let me help you. Drove y'all to the airport, picked y'all up from the airport.
You did.
I want to go on a trip. Well, where you going? How long you gonna be gone? Make sure you call me when you get there. What are you doing right now?
Well, you was pretty much the same. On our trip, me and his wife traveled on. We've gone on a few trips together, actually. And yep, but you drove kind of fast to the airport. You did. You kind of.
Well, yeah, y'all had a flight to catch.
It didn't feel like that was why you was tripping, but okay.
Yeah. But like
okay, so
stuff like
we understand.
Like that. It's,
so basically you would like to travel by yourself, but because of marriage, you travel with your wife.
Correct.
Okay. God, that's a better way. I'm trying to help you stay married because it just y'all pray for Sir Eric. So Moose says my kids are still young, so I feel like I'm still exposing them to traveling. No, that's good, Moose, and I love that. I actually love that for you. I love that for your kids, and I totally agree with that. If my son wasn't on punishment like every summer, we would have traveled. If he wasn't in summer school like every single summer.
Summer school, winter break, spring break.
Yeah.
Martin Luther King birthday.
Why y'all telling his business? Why y'all telling?
I'm not telling his business. I'm telling my experience. I'm telling my experience. This is what I went through. I don't know what it was for him, but this is what I went through. So,
couldn't go nowhere
because of my son. It wasn't because of cuffing season that I had to experience indoor activities in the winter because of my child. It's just a different form of cuffing that was going on. But
without dates around just to make sure that one of us was watching him.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah, it was stuff like that. But
it was usually.
Yeah, it was stuff like that. But hey, it is what it is. He's
Because
grown
it
man now.
was, yeah, it was a lot. It was a lot. I've been through a lot, y'all. So I was cuffed to my child, and I'm still cuffed to my child. Well, he's still cuffed to me. You know, but it's finding that someone that you want to spend time with indoors. I don't want to spend time with my son indoors. I don't want to. I feel like I did my job as a parent, you know, and I would rather spend my indoor time with my significant other. I don't want to have to. You know, it's not that I don't love my son, but in the wintertime, when you have less options.
But you said a significant other. It doesn't sound like the cuffer is a significant other.
Well, the cuffer is a temporary significant other. That's the thing. You have to remember the way they pursue you. It's not giving the.
You don't know that cuffers until after the season is over.
Until the season, and that's what I'm saying. You gotta be on your P's and Q's. You gotta pay attention, you know, and just be careful. Just be mindful, because sometimes people are in this habit of being cuffers and don't even know it. That's their cycle. And then some people, when you hear people say, "I don't know why I can't stay in a relationship past 4 months," you know, why can't I find someone, you know, for more than this amount of time? You know what I'm saying? Like it becomes a mentality, right? But cuffing season itself is typically during the fall winter months, because there is less exposure. More people are not going out. You know, it's the shift in moods, the change in dynamic of how much availability is there. Now we know some of it. I might have been a cuffer myself at one point. I just might have been.
I'm gonna say it sounds like you might have been a cuffer.
I probably was. You know, I will own it. I will take it.
Eric said you were.
I'm sorry, what, Eric?
I said, oh, you were. You was. Listen, you was. I'm here for you. I'm here for you.
You're not. You're not.
I've been here for you for 30 years. I'm going to tell you the truth. You was a cuffer. It's nothing wrong with that. You didn't realize you was a cuffer. It's just that the guy got on your nerves and you got rid of him at, you know.
That's different. That's because you've gotten on my nerves, not because I wasn't trying to do long term with you. Okay, so I'm not.
What did it take for them to get on your nerves?
I feel
let me sit back.
What did it take for you to get on my nerves, Eric? What did it take, though? I feel very attacked tonight, y'all. Welcome those who are watching who may not be saying anything tonight. Apparently, it's Dawn's cuffing season. Lady Dawn B's cuffing season is the topic tonight. So we shared about cuffing season, trying to help some fluffy people stay, you know, keeping their hearts intact during this time. But you know, we've turned this in. I feel very attacked. And you know what? And I might have been a cuffer.
Listen.
What did they do to get on my nerves? Sometimes it was just the fact that you were breathing in the wintertime. I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes it just was. I don't know. It could be various things. I probably was. I'm actually a long-term relationship person. I don't like short-term. I don't like serial dating.
That I will give to you.
Yeah, I am more, and maybe that's why I don't really know if I experienced it or not.
It's funny because a lot of us don't know whether we've experienced it or not, or even if we and when we have been on either side of the coin, you know, but it does happen, you know. And thank you for the one thing that you're giving me, Eric. I am a long-term person. It may take me a minute I wasn't a cuffer. Now I'm thinking about it, because now I'm getting offended by it. I'm like, I explored my options. That's what I did.
Okay.
Explored my options.
Is that what you want to call it?
That is what I would like to call it. That is.
Okay. So we'll call it that. You explored your options.
Before I make a decision. Who does it? Listen, you go to the store and you look at all the bread. Don't you look at all the bread to see do I want this one, do I want that? Before you make a decision, you got to see, right?
No.
Once
I know exactly which bread I want when I'm going.
I actually know what bread
I know what I want when I go into the store.
Okay, so then it's just me who looks at all the bread. You said nope. No what kind of bread I feel like today. I might
know
feel
it's
like
between Wonder
I
and
might feel
Sara
like
Lee.
I might feel like sourdough. I might feel like rye. I might feel like pumpernickel. I have to see.
All right. So you might want so you're saying you might want a different variety of bread. So you have to explore your options.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're exploring your options, is it happening during the cuffing season months?
Good question. Yeah, she's thinking about that one.
I do have to think about it because I don't want to lie. I don't want to lie. Oh, look, we have a comment. Moose
It wouldn't be
says.
a lie. It would be.
Moose says, because Moose is talking, so we want to listen to Moose now. I do think women look at finer details more often than men.
We will notice.
Right. For us, it's more about basics and fundamentals. Right. See, so I was just looking at the finer details of the bread, and probably so in the winter time or me like this.
So you're saying more so in the winter than the summer. You looking at different breads because in the summer maybe you're not eating bread as much.
I was gonna say in summertime I'm not really eating bread. I stick to go more fruit and water. Wintertime you need something to stick to you, hold you down, fill you up. So and because I don't eat a lot of bread, I'm like, oh look, this is a different kind. So I'm just saying. So
wow,
it's what can happen. It's just what can happen.
Okay.
Well, our sister Anitra, because she's not here tonight, sent some questions to ask if interest is shown during cuffing season.
What was the question? Say it again. She sure did. What was the question?
So one of the questions she sent, that I guess this is for anyone that might think they're being cuffed. So are you genuinely interested, or is this just cuffing season energy talking? So that's one of the questions she's saying should be asked if you want to find out if someone is interested.
I know for me, I have to be genuinely interested in you. Like there has to be a legitimate point of interest. Something about you has had to have caught my attention enough for me to want to know more about you. So I don't know how to really do temporary, like I'm about to get in trouble.
But is that a question you would ask someone? Like if someone approached you in cuffing season, would you feel comfortable saying, so are you really interested in me, or is this just cuffing season energy?
Me, yeah. I pretty much will ask you that anyway. I don't care what season it is. That's a general question that I'm going. Okay, so they saluting each other. Moose said, don't do my brother like that. He attacked me. I just wanted to be noted. I'm just trying to share a conversation on what season it is so that we can make better choices and lock into good, healthy relationships. And
it's true. You were just talking about the bread selection that you need to. That's it.
That's all I'm saying.
I got you. You was just saying, when I go shopping for bread, I need to see what mood I'm in.
Yes, you got it. Exactly. Because I'm just saying, which speaks to interest.
Mm-hmm.
I genuinely have to be interested in you in order for me to engage in any type of connection like that. Any put some time in for any of that.
It kind of makes sense because think about it, right? Right about now, everybody, the people that like pumpkin, right? Mm-hmm. It's all about pumpkin. So they're going to get pumpkin lattes and pumpkin bread and this and that, right? And then when the season is over, right? There's no more pumpkin.
Back to their
like crackheads going through rehab when that pumpkin season is out.
Exactly.
What do you mean you ain't got no more pumpkin? No more pumpkin spice to win.
Exactly.
So, what?
Dr. ND was just there. Hopefully she will pop back because we haven't seen Dr. ND in a minute.
Yeah.
So
hi, Mom.
pop back on. Oh, that's right. And Queen Mother's in the building.
Yes.
Mama Rosa, my mom and everyone's mom. My mommy and everyone's mom says, good evening, everyone. Have a great show. Thank you, Mom. We talking about cuffing season, Mom.
Hi, Mama Rosa.
Watch yourself, Mommy. Okay, out here. Let these seasoned gentlemen be trying to, link with you for the winter.
Mm-hmm.
You are an all year round queen, okay? They can't have you just for a season.
I wish somebody would. I wish somebody would step to Mom. I'm like, who are you? What are you doing?
Let that woman live. Let her live. She
is living.
Just gotta go through the interview process. It just can't be during this season. Again, I would have a conversation. Those are questions that I would ask and that I do ask. And it may seem, I don't know if that question, when we do ask it as a woman, if men feel like it is a point of insecurity talking. She's laughing at you, Eric. Or if I think they wonder where that question comes from. Like, why? Like, if I wasn't interested in you, I wouldn't be here.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, it's like I need to know. And I actually had part of this conversation with someone very special this week, and I brought up the point that a lot of times for me, people may be interested in you because of what they see you doing.
Mm-hmm.
If you think about the common place that you see people at, like if you only see me in church and you only know me from church, you're attracted to that side of me, but then you don't know the rest of me. So when you're approaching and I'm like, okay, are you really interested in me? Or, what is it? Because if you're just going off a Sunday dawn,
then Sunday dawn is different from not different in the sense that your personality changes, but there are going to be some different things.
Right. And it's like, it's the rest of me that you have to get to know. So that's why I'm asking also, like, are you genuinely interested in getting to know me? Because that's going to take time. It's going to take a minute. And then it lets me know how much of me I should open up to you versus how much I want to hold back. And I can handle the truth. Either way, I'm good. I'd rather you tell me the whole truth. I've said this before. I'm the type like, bro, don't approach me and, try to do all the smooth talking and, like, Ma, hi, how you doing? I really like you, da, da, da. And like, no, sir, you don't like me. Like, no, I do like you. I saw you you don't like me because you don't know me. Like, you're trying to gain and you're trying to play an emotional on the emotions, moreover. But you can't say that you like me because you don't know me. What you can say is that I saw you and I'm interested. And I would rather you tell me straight up, if just like, I saw you, I like you, I don't want a lifetime, but maybe I'll get to know you today. I'm not saying that I go for that I would, saying that I'd be with it, but be honest about what your pursuit is about. Yeah. Welcome in and see you, sis. How are you?
Good evening. I'm well. I wasn't sure if I should jump on tonight because I'm sorry. I don't do very well with responding to the messages in Messenger. I be trying because it be lit, but when I get ready to respond, something come and happen and I just get sidetracked. I think I'm adulting finally for the first time in my life that I can't multitask.
Welcome in.
I think that's what it's boiling down to.
We just glad you're here.
I'm here to Bishop. Hey, how are you guys?
Hello, how are you?
Hey, Sir Eric, how are you?
I am healing.
Amen. Well, we tell the Lord, Black Jesus, thank you. We still don't have our Fluffy Nation shirts. I'm feeling some type of way about that.
No, don't. They still in the making. I promise you, they're still in the making. I'm getting everything together.
Yeah, because this is the time we need to be wearing our Fluffy Nation hats and our baseball caps. That's what's missing. We usually have our baseball caps on around this time of the year.
So
what are you gonna say? Fluffy Nation on the front and cuffing season on the back?
Nah, because we so I think last year we started this Fluffy Nations because we realized in the winter time that everybody, there's times where where you're gonna get a relationship. It's usually after Valentine's Day, before Thanksgiving, and then after New Year's. So they kind of avoid they avoid the serious relationships. And because we thick girls, and I'm thick and I'm proud about all of my thickness. It has paid many a bills.
Come on.
And I'm saved. So let me just make sure I'm clear, because we will take that really out of out of context.
Exactly.
I had a husband, so
They
I
gonna
had the benefits, and I now have a new husband. So
go wrong with it.
being fluffy has its benefits. Everybody doesn't want slim and thin and sexy. Some people want curves with waves and stuff like that in it. I'm just saying. So yeah, I figured I'd jump in for a few minutes
I
tonight. I
don't
was
like
good to be
thin
on the
mints. I
Zoom.
want double stuffed.
What you said, Eric?
I said I don't like thin mints. I want double stuffed Oreos.
You want double stuff Oreo. But see, the
There you
thing
go.
about Oreos about it, then you got the black stuff on your teeth. So yeah, we gonna have to find a different substitute of the teacher, because it don't and once you encounter fluffy, you ain't supposed to have remnants that look like it wasn't good. You know what
Well,
I'm
that's true too.
Yeah, I mean, it should be like a piece of steak stuck right in between the back of your tooth.
Look,
So you gotta get a.
Oreo, but an Oreo eating right, okay? An Oreo eating right. You got to do the cleanup. You got to do the clean. We ain't gonna go there.
Well,
Yeah,
you
we
know
have to.
they have the light Oreos now. What are
Ain't
the
nobody trying to eat light and no carbs and no sugar.
I'm not saying light no carbs. I'm saying don't they have like the
Oh,
the,
the
the
yellow
yellow
Oreos.
ones?
Ain't nobody trying to eat that. That's a disgrace to
I know
yellow
what
cookies.
Eric
Okay?
saying because we gonna talk about Oreos all night. Y'all know what he's saying. His point is he don't want no thin minute. He like them double stuffed. He likes to
I ain't mad at them.
he needs
But
some thickness to his
Let me
witness.
tell you
Okay,
something.
so
I don't
uh,
know what all the analogy with food is tonight, but
because I'm telling you, the right food, the nastiest food, if cooked right, can become very good.
we done went down the bread
I,
aisle.
I know.
y'all made me go there. So we gonna get back on track. We gonna get back on track. We're talking about cuffing season tonight, y'all. The time between October and February, the time of late autumn and winter, when people tend to seek out relationships of romantic sorts, often for short term in order to combat loneliness. So we were talking about why it happens, and now I want to talk about how it manifests. How does that even come about? Because a lot of us, we don't even know, again, how we get into these situations. And that's the thing. If you think about it, some of us have been cuffed and didn't even know it. Some of us have been the cuffer. Don't say nothing, Eric, because Eric accused me of being a cuffer. Oh, and you're pointing to me, so I'm a cuffer. Okay. I mean,
No, I'm guilty of it. I'm before,
okay.
I'm guilty. I'm gonna tell the truth. I'm guilty. Yeah, because sometimes you don't want to be the cuffed in. You want to be the cuffer, because that gives you a different set of rights. Oh, let me stop there.
It does. No. You're right. You're talking right. So it says how it manifests, because in order for us to understand, what this is, we understand sometimes how it happens. So it happens, it's a relationship dynamic where people often cuff or tie themselves to a partner for the season. Just like you pull out your boots for a season. You get, oh man, see, now this is yeah. I've been a cuffer. Tie themselves to a partner for the season, whether for a fling or more, or a more committed, a more committed yet albeit temporary relationship. There are dating patterns where there's data from platforms like Facebook and some of the other dating apps that show a clear trend of increased relationship statuses, again, changing to in a relationship during cuffing season, which often corresponds with a corresponding drop in the spring. So again, it really is a specific time. It really is like a window of time that this seems to happen, that they, you can't beat it. You can't argue with the statistics if they're showing, like Facebook's what to do. They ask you your relationship status and they notice that the pattern begins like right around this time. So you're in a relationship now, like you said earlier, Theo, but then by spring it's, this October. So by January, it's like it's complicated. Then by March, it's single.
No, Eric said before Valentine's Day.
Yeah, it's
Over.
real. It's a real thing. And sometimes that happens because by that time, the purpose of the relationship has been met. You're no longer in that winter season. You're no longer in that down space. Your emotions are starting to lift up, as life is coming back, as spring is starting to become sprung again. Now all of a sudden we don't want to be detached. Like, you was good for the winter, but now I got to get ready to be prepped for the summertime. So the things to consider, and this goes also to the question that Anitra posed. I'm going to stop doing this. Cut it out. Is the intentions. It's important to be clear about your desires for a relationship during cuffing season. So even as people are approaching you, there's nothing wrong with you asking what their intention is, leading back to Anitra's question, especially during the cuffing season. And do not settle for a partner out of a sense of pressure or loneliness. That you don't want. Is that a question that you would typically ask, Theo?
I don't know. I mean, yeah, if like you said, like if I'm meeting somebody, I'm gonna want to know if they're interested, right? But um, I've never really experienced this cuffing thing that I know of. But now the more you talk, I'm like, maybe I have, but yeah, but I mean, I think it's just normal to really know what the person's intentions are. But even if they tell you their intentions, it doesn't necessarily mean that those are really their intentions. Because some people will tell you what they think you want to hear, or they'll tell you what because they're trying to get in, right? They're trying to become your cuffer or whatever the terminology is.
You're right. You cover. So indeed, have you when you're in conversation, do you ask up front what are your intentions, towards me or of me in this, what is your intentions in your pursuit of me?
But I don't have to ask that question anymore. Thank you, Jesus. However, before I got here, I actually didn't, because I think most of the time for me, I can gauge in the conversation. The conversation would initially tell you ultimately what one's alternative agenda is and was. So I think for me, because I am a sapiosexual,
Mm-hmm.
your language, huh?
I said, there's a lot of us on here. We're all in the same boat.
Yeah, so I think the conversation and one's motives, I think the actions kind of determines exactly what field they're playing on and where they're playing and how they're playing. And I think in my days before I knew who the Lord was, I kind of knew. So I kind of learned how to play the game. I mean, I was surrounded by uncles, so I learned how to play. I learned how to be a dude with feminine attributes. And certain, I'm telling my stuff. My God, today. Oh God. Yeah. So I think it all depends. Most people kind of know what you have to know what your intentions are in the beginning, and then you move from there to determine the conversation of where it's going to. And that's how I think I found out the totality of who a real man is, because a real man is going to come in and tell you from the door exactly what it is that he wants. One who's settled. Let me say that. One who's settled and knows what he wants. When he meets you, he'll definitely tell you that.
Okay, and I received that, and I think the only thing I would add to that is not even just telling and knowing you. This is inclusive, but some people need to hear it. Not just you knowing what you want and you coming and you stating what your intentions are, but they are active intentions. They are intentions that you are actively moving in, where I can see the result thereof. I think I was dating someone once for I don't know why, but it was like 6 months or a couple of months into the relationship, like the relationship been established, like we've been together for a minute. And at some point he asked me, he assumed that I knew, he was saying what he knew what I wanted. And I was like, how would you know what I want? You never asked me. And he's like, what do you mean I never asked? I was like, you've never asked me what you want. I said, so what I want. So what you're saying to me right now is basically invalid because you've never asked me what I want. You assume based on how you see me, but you're not allowing me to share really what I really want. I said, which then says to me now, what are your intentions towards me? You've never said what they are. So if you're operating out of something that I never asked you for, these are like, well, you want, red bottoms and, Tiffany's and other, who said that? Where did any of that come from? Who said that? I never said that. Do I like Tiffany's? Yeah, I like it. But
It could so here I can say, because certain things you wear and a certain mannerism of how you carry yourself would signify that you don't buy rainbow jewelry, that you buy Tiffany jewelry. So I'm gonna say in that case he may have, just based on the caliber of woman of you, would have equated you to
Yeah.
the finer things in life, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. I think that tells me that you're aware. The other half of the coin is that something that you're willing to invest in, because that's an investment.
Yeah.
Tiffany's is an
right.
investment.
And I'm
That's an
like, and I agree with that.
because
I
ain't
agree
nothing
with
in
that. But
Tiffany's $2.
not a thing.
No.
It'll cost you more. It's cost you more than $2 to get there. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
So
it's not even once you, well, first it costs money to buy it, but
Yeah.
the financial obligation to upkeep it
Keep it.
it's different. Yeah, yeah.
is yeah. So I think anybody who says that, I think for me in my head, because I've invested in me, so I own quite a few pieces of Tiffany's. So if somebody says that to me, if they don't see me with it, then that tells me that maybe they have observed or they know the caliber of individual that I am. I'm going to assume that. And then it will be affirmed if I actually see a turquoise box that I did not pay for.
Right. And I get it. I get it. And I'm with you. I'm with you on it. It just threw me at the time because I was like, again, I'm grateful for how you surmise me. However, if you've never really said, if you've never asked me really what I want, what is my intentions and what are your intentions towards me? Because if you are seeing me in that vein and that's what you are coming up, that's what you've equated me to, then I wonder if your question, then why are you here? To some degree. It's like, if this is who you believe I am and what I am, and you don't think you qualify in that, in that to uphold that and the maintenance and those things, then why are you here? I'm like, I can buy Tiffany's for myself. I can get red bottoms for myself. I'm not saying I don't want you to get them. Maybe you cannot get them and I don't require you to. Maybe you might not be able to get them for me as fast as I might, but you don't know what I did. You don't know if I saved, you don't know we don't know these things yet. So, and I totally agree with you, Andy. It speaks to that intention. What are your intentions? If you see I'm that type of woman, are you willing to raise up to that? Again, it might take you 6 months to save up to buy me the Louis bag that I want. Okay. I ain't got nothing. We got nothing but time, So, Eric, what say you about intentions? Is that a question, even though you're married? Like, is that? I'm gonna act like I don't know you. So, is that a conversation that you would have up front?
Yes, yes. It's kind of crazy because we as men really don't ask women what are your intentions towards us, but
That's
women
true.
ask that question towards men. So it's kind of like it's like sort of like a double-edged
Do you
sword.
think men should ask that question to women,
Men,
especially in
men,
today's climate?
yes, men should ask that question because you want to make sure that the lady that you're interested in is around for you and not what you're portraying, like the clothing and the jewelry and the flashing of the money and the vehicle and the house and all that other stuff. You want to make sure that she's there for you and not the stuff that you have.
So men, y'all need to put that on your list of questions. If you don't have none, make that number one. Welcome in, Terry. Good to see you, brother. Welcome. Glad you made it in on tonight and engaging with us in this conversation here. We appreciate you being in the building. Um, I think that's a really great point. Men don't usually ask what is the intention, and there are women who are cuffers. Just it's not all men. There are
Yeah.
women out. It's teddy bear season. You know what I'm saying? It's teddy bear season. Now okay, y'all watch
The
out.
matching pajamas. Don't forget the matching
Oh,
pajamas.
pajamas,
So you can take pictures. So the next season they be like, what happened? Oh, we just don't take as many pictures. That's because he's done. Y'all done. It was just for Christmas. So you need an extra body for Thanksgiving?
like, yes, it's over. So, um, hold on, let's think, where are we at? Is you right? Is you right? Okay, so a question about it. And I got this information from this according to Hinge. It is Hinge relationship scientist Logan Uri and love connection expert Mo Ari Brown were asked some questions about cuffing season, and this is what they say. And I want y'all to share in on it. Again, we've established that the cuffing season, and I cannot wait because we're gonna get to this. We're going to get to this
The
cuffing
schedule.
season calendar. Yes, this schedule because it's crazy. Welcome in, Teddy Bear. Y'all say hey.
I'm gonna take vacation again. I'm gonna go on vacation again and come back when this particular season is over.
Jim's not allowed. Welcome in, Teddy Bear. Hey, Rod. Y'all say good evening. Say hello to Sunshine. It says
Hello, Roderick.
Hello.
everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm glad you made it. So we are talking about cuffing season, that time of the year where people pursue and seek out temporary relationships, sometimes unbeknownst to the other person. Because people will pursue you with all pursuit, the same pursuit, the hot pursuit of relationships. Meanwhile, you're thinking they're looking for long term, and it is a seasonal situation. So we talked about cuffing season, which is between, they say, August and November, but October is the time where the momentum starts. And it's because it's before the temperature drops. So y'all got to link up with. So again, my fluffy people, y'all be safe out here in these streets. 2Xing up. I'm just saying, because people pursue it. They want all the thickness, to be next to you. People want a little heat. Your feet get cold. You don't want to have to put extra socks on. You want a leg that you can rub your foot up against.
They better go out and get them a shearling or something.
Yeah,
That's
nobody trying to wear no shirt.
nobody. First of all, folks ain't trying to spend the money for no real shearling this day.
No more.
They trying to figure out a way to get hot chocolate and make it look like it came from Starbucks. I'm just saying.
We're only doing Shirlings in the Bronx still. That's still gonna be down Delancey Street. That's still gonna be forever.
I'm trying to tell you, I saw one other day. I want one. I did see. I saw a full length Shirley. I think I want to go back to a Shirley because ain't nothing like a real one. I don't know if they still make them like they do.
If you ain't had one, listen.
No. Right.
So one of the questions that they asked was, is cuffing season just for short-term flings? They said, Logan Uri says, no, not at all. So cuffing season is a time of the year. It's a time of year when people slow down, they say, after the excitement of a busy summer and are ready to turn their focus to dating. So again, we're talking about that time. And listen, if we can't rock out in the summer, we definitely can't rock out in the winter. If I can't be the sweet thing on your arm, holding your hand, during the summer, during the spring, then baby, we definitely can't. It can't be that. If I can't use your sunshine, you can't use my warmth. It's just not a thing. It's not gonna happen. But they say that it's during the time where the busy summertime, like we were saying earlier, because everybody's outside during the summer, in the winter time, we're starting to shut it down. And the people are ready to turn to focus on dating. And so what people are looking for is specific to them. Some might be looking for short-term relationships, while others are seeking their forever person. And she says, my advice is to be upfront from the beginning about who you are and what you want, to make sure you find someone who is looking for the same thing. So I think in this respect, cuffing season is not necessarily a bad thing. It's really how you use it. You know, what you're using this for, this time for. Because really, if you could spend time with someone, you know, locked up for a few days, like you can make it. You know, like you can make. A lot of people didn't make it through COVID. You found out who you was really married to. You found out who you was really involved with. You know, you found out the truth because you didn't have them hours separate. You know, separated from each other. And I think that's one of the best ways.
The divorce rate was real high after COVID.
What? So
real high.
Absolutely, it's not just for short-term flings.
Mm-hmm.
It gets labeled as that because this is when most short-term relationships begin.
Mm-hmm.
During this time, again, people are looking for that person to keep them warm. So have you guys ever sought out a short-term relationship? Nobody, y'all ain't talking? Nobody was talking
I don't know if
Seem like some people don't want to incriminate themselves.
I don't know if I've ever sought out a short-term relationship. I have sought out relationships where we're just kicking it, right? Like, you know, I'm not really in the mode to be in a relationship, but you know, in my younger days, it was like, we could just kick it. So we get together. When we get together, we might have that, you know, nighttime phone call. You know, we might hang out every now and then, but you know. So, but it wasn't like a seasonal thing. It was just like, you know what, I really don't have the time and focus right now. So, but there is something that I'm interested in. So,
all right. So let me ask you this then. So let me write that down because then I want I don't know, y'all, ND and Eric, y'all answer safely, okay? We talk for them. We're talking past tense. We're not talking current tense.
It's past tense for me too. So like,
well, I'm saying for them because you know they
yeah, because yes, definitely
right.
Past.
They're not like us. They're not like us.
Exactly.
They're a little different right now. I'm not saying we might not be involved, engaged, or in committed relationships, but theirs is on a different level.
Yeah.
So. Just a quick yes or no. Y'all don't have to get into it, but have you ever just sought out a short-term relationship?
Okay, because Eric is prolonging, so I guess
No.
Okay, go Eric.
No. I never looked at a short-term relationship. It's not for me.
Okay.
That was never for me.
All right, so y'all do the kick it. Okay, got you. I mean, you don't do the kick it. All right. Go ahead, Indy.
That I didn't. That was never. I didn't start out like that. But after about a 10 or 15 minute, maybe 20-minute conversation, I kind of already knew where it was going.
Right. This ain't gonna be
lasting. Yeah, this not gonna last long because they just ain't. They didn't. Even when I was younger, I kind of already knew if there was somebody just for dinner. Somebody for other reasons, and
right.
You know, somebody that I can take someplace with that I wouldn't be embarrassed of showing up with. So I think for me, I'm gonna say that it didn't start that way, but after about 1 to 2 conversations, sister knew that there was no point in me adding a whole lot of time to this.
Okay.
And kept it moving. Yeah, because excuse me, the bishop is here, y'all. So,
wow.
Yeah.
So chat, I want y'all to chime in too. Feel free to chime in. Don't just listen to us. Have y'all ever sought out or been in the short term relationships? I can kind of parallel with ND that, you know, it wasn't my intention, but you know, when you showed me who you were, I believed you. So it became we here for a good time. We're not here for a long time. You know, it's the opposite. You know, people are like, we're not here for a long time. No, we're not here for a long time. We're here for a good time. Okay. Terry said no, not at all. Okay, that's good. That's cool. You know, and again, there's no right or wrong. We're all just sharing our experiences on tonight because you know we've all lived different lives and had different experiences. And it doesn't necessarily mean that something's wrong with you looking out, you wanting or seeking a short-term relationship. You know your capacity, you know what your needs are at the moment. You may just be temporarily like, I want somebody that I can be with during this time or whatnot, but I can't make no promises that, you know, down the line, you know, that's, you know, that it's going to be. So I just take it day by day. All right. Rod says, no, never sought out one. I like your answer. Very good answer. I appreciate that answer. I love it. I can't say. Okay. Terry says, I waited until I found her, Mrs. Winston. And that is commendable. And amen to that. I love it. I love that for you. And I love it. But some people are out here, no matter what the season actually is, looking for short-term relationships, flings, you know, the consistency of a one-night stand, because I don't want to be out here with everybody. So I'm going to find my one somebody to be with. There are people who have this mentality and still act like that today. But the thing is, as they expressed in here, is that to be upfront from the beginning as to what you want and to make sure you find someone that wants the same things, because somebody else might be out here not wanting to be in a total deep committed relationship, but would be all right with, okay, you know, like, you know, we hook up when we hook up, you know, we meet up when we meet up.
But that how can I put this? That leaves
in disclaimer form for you.
No. It's kind of strange because of the fact that I was gonna say that y'all as women ask a man, what are you looking for? Right? That man is going to answer the way that he thinks. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not gonna ask, well, what are you looking for? You're gonna ask us, what are you looking for? Oh, I'm looking for this, and this. And then the man will say, you know what, I'm looking for that too. He's saying that just to make sure that he can get with you for the time being, because of the fact that you're the one that he wants to be with at that time. So
no.
Words have to be chosen wisely when it comes to situations like that. When you're going out to meet someone, or you meet someone, you're at a restaurant and the guy walks up to you and he thinks you're interested, and like Andy said, she knew just from talking to a guy 10, 15 minutes or whatever the case may be. But some guys will play that game where they wanna make sure that I get this one locked down. So I gotta make sure I say what I think she might want to hear. And then they're gonna pivot if they see that the woman's not responding the way that he wants her to respond.
And that's true. Thank you for that inner insight from the male perspective.
Justin, happy birthday, bro.
Yes, welcome in, Justin, the birthday.
Happy birthday.
Hey, so glad you popped on with us tonight for the rest of this conversation about what?
Absolutely. And I came to be messy at 41 years old. Let's
Come on. Come on and be messy. Don't worry. Eric kicked it off, so don't worry about it. You just pick it up from there.
Good to see the doc. I'm gonna need you to help me after this. But
no, I'm in it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. I'm sick of these church folks. Let's get it.
But Eric made a really good point in what he shared. I would be honest. One thing that, and I believe that that's true. And this is where women, we have to be, it's hard, since you put it that way, it's hard to be honest, and we have to be mindful at the same time, because I'm going to tell you straight out what it is. If you ask me, you know what, I'm going to answer your question, but the struggle I have with the response from men is when a man will say, yeah, I want that too.
Right.
Because to me that it does kind of trigger. I mean, you have to know the person and not assume or think poorly of them, or you just saying what you think I want you to say.
Correct.
You know, But for me, that does trigger, and I'm like, okay, so you want that too. So sometimes, again, y'all know I'm a little extra. So I do ask those questions first. I ask you what this is what I will see towards you as a man. This is what my intentions are for you, towards you, about you. I don't have any problem saying it up front, telling you. I don't want to put. I'm not asking you your intentions for me. I'm telling you my intentions towards you. And then I would expect a reciprocation, or to that opens up the dialogue for you to now say what your intentions towards me are, without having to go, without you having to just agree with what I'm saying. Because eventually I'm gonna find out. One way or another, I'm gonna find out. Your actions are gonna speak louder than your words ever could. So the question on the table right now, as we're talking about cuffing season, Justin, is have you ever sought out a short-term relationship?
Tell the truth. Don't lie on your birthday.
Now, I'll be honest with you. I had an experience when I was 15 years old when I witnessed a situation between my mom and her husband, and I kind of, from a very young age, decided that I wouldn't, I didn't want to play with somebody's emotions like that. So if it was a short term situation, I said that up front. Listen, if you want more, I ain't gonna lie. I'm 41 years old, right? And I
Right.
still kind of, what they tell me, I still look kind of good. So I just had to have a conversation with somebody who's still in their 30s. They just reaching, and I had to tell them, hey, listen, um, I'm not what you want. Yeah, cause what you want, I don't have it. She say, I got kids, I want children, and I already did all that, love. I don't have it for you. I tell you what I do for you. I vet the next dude you talk to, but I can't do it for you. So I don't play them games in relationship. I would honestly recommend no guy plays those games. But no, I don't play them kind of games in relationship. Because a short-term relationship still requires the usage of time that you can't get back. So I'm not gonna waste time. Because time is the one thing in this world you can't get. You can lose all the money in your account and get it back. You can lose the best relationship you had and get it back. You can transgress against the Almighty God and be forgiven and get it back, but you can't get time back. So
Come on, prep. Come on, preacher.
I don't play with time. I don't play with time.
I'm,
I
I,
agree. I agree. No, that's good. That's good.
that
See,
was
just the
good.
time is right on time, and it's true. But I think the key to it all is being honest and upfront about what you want. Because as long as you're honest and upfront about what you want and what you can do, like you said, how you addressed it. A person. Well, I can only speak for me. I can handle the truth a whole lot better. I'd rather a hard truth than a soft lie.
Yeah.
So tell me up front, like what it is. What do you want? What can you deal with? What can't you? Where are you at? And I will give you grace if I deem you worth it. Then we give each other the grace to grow in the relationship together. But don't approach with the mindset or the attitude that you're looking for long-term things. I've had men in the past say to me, I'm looking for a long-term, I'm looking for a long-term relationship. And I'm like, I ain't what, like you, Justin, I ain't what you want, you know, and I can't give that to you. And it's not because I didn't have it in me. I didn't have it for them because I'm not a short-term relationship type person. I don't, because I know me and the way that I love and the way that I feel, is deep. And my focus needs to be on the one person. If you ain't him, you're not him. Period. I don't care what you do. You could have a whole circus and a show with fireworks. It ain't gonna make me never mind. If you're not him, you're just not going to get that from me. I don't have the energy to waste time over there, you know. So honest up front, I'd rather put my time and my investment in the one that I want to be with, and we work our way through it. You know, it may be a slow walk, and this is where, ladies, we got to learn patience, because we want what we want, when we want it, how we want it, you know, and we don't want to take the time sometimes to let it grow. So I have to do, like the Bible says, to be anxious for nothing, but in all things through prayer and supplication. You know, I got to pause, but that is my scripture for real, for real. But be anxious for nothing. When I feel myself, but I just want to do all of this, and I just want to love you, and I just want to hug you up, and I just want to be, you know, and they're like, okay, you got to slow down. You gotta pace yourself. You got to be easy. You got to, and when you do that, I think when you don't do that, you rob yourself of the journey of building this amazing relationship. You know, I don't want to invest that kind of time into anything short term. If you want short term, I ain't your girl. I ain't your chick. I'm that, you know. But again, it's really a person's preference as to what they want. But just be honest about it. You
Can
know.
I say this? I think
Yeah.
that when a person says to you, and I'm gonna say, because I think, yeah, my husband did say that to me, but however, his approach was completely different. Um, in regards to why we're in that space. But I think we have to, based on how a conversation starts, will tell you whether or not a person is vested or not. And if they are established and mature in who they are, they would have done some recon on their own. Can I just say that? Before they've engaged in doing something that's going to cost them, as Justin said, time. Because time is definitely something you can't get back at. And now that I'm at this particular stage in my life, I was, hey, I already knew what would not work for me. So I knew, again, in conversations, because of who I am, if you could not tap into me, there was no point in us even having conversation. Because at that point, it didn't matter what I wanted. You didn't have enough ability to sustain me mentally for you to even get to, because if you can't do that, me telling you what I want is pointless. And I
Mhm.
think that people, and based on all of the conversations that we've had, based on all of these platforms of people talking, and they got these ideas in grandeur, I think that the bottom line is that you have to know what works for you.
Right.
You have to be able to figure out where you sit and what you're willing to accept, what you're willing to work through, what you are willing not to even, like, there is no room for conversation for that. But then there's also that space where you may meet someone who maybe initially might not appear to have everything, but they progress and show you aspects of them that make you say that this is worth an investment of my time. So I think that we need to understand when we get to, well, I don't have to date anymore, thank you Jesus, with those conversations, when somebody said to me, what are you looking for, and I'll be like, what? Like, that right there already told me that this was going to be a whole waste of a couple of minutes of me even having a conversation. Because if I told you what I wanted and you're not
Mhm.
prepared to do that, and then I've wasted my time. So when you ask that question, I'm going the opposite way, because you already don't know what you want. Because when you approach me, because you watching me, you should have some concept of what it is that you want, because you're looking at me, and beyond my physical attraction, because you know Fluffy Nation does that to people. We tend to get people all roused up in our sexiness, because we
We
said
do.
it up.
It's not
uh,
our fault. We don't mean
I'm
it, but
just
we not
saying,
sorry.
Justin, don't hate the Fluffy Nation. I'm trying to tell you, don't do that.
Oh
When
no
she,
no 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 no
Okay.
no don't listen.
no,
I'm
put
trying
his,
to behave myself, but
did you put your glasses on, Justin? Is that what you did? Was it? So that's the sign. I know. I'm like, oh, okay.
Okay, all right.
oh, oh, I'm
Okay.
gonna just say
Okay.
this: I bench press 405 pounds and I leg lift 980 the last time I tried. So
Oh,
I'm gonna
okay.
leave that there.
I'm
And
all
he
right.
still,
All right. All right.
So
Amen.
He's a
I
support.
ain't got no issue
That's what
with
that's
the
saying.
extra
He's a
God put on.
support Fluffy Nation, y'all.
I get it. I get it. Him and my husband run neck and neck. They run neck and neck. My husband told me the numbers. I said, I don't even know. I don't even understand what that looks like. I don't even know what. Don't even talk to me about those numbers. Those numbers is too much for me.
Hey,
So, no, but that was good.
I'm grateful to God and everything He do. Glory to God.
Come on, sir. We don't do it. Don't start. That won't be done. But no, that was good. Indeed, that was good. So let me ask this to the men and the men who are in the chat too, and Justin, while you are here. Eric we were talking about intentionality before, and Eric made the point that a woman will ask a man what is his intentions towards her. For those of you who missed it, but men you don't hear men asking a woman what is her intentions towards him. Number one, do you think men, and please answer, I think men should start asking that question to women. What are your intentions towards me? Do you agree that men should begin asking women, what are your intentions towards me? Number one. And would you ask a woman, what are your intentions towards me? What you say, Justin? And men in the chat, please chime in.
Not only do I think men should, I've been doing it for years. It's a way to wash out the people who ain't for you real quick, because that's not a common question. Mm-hmm. But for the woman who understands that this is someone who's truly looking for a partner that he can lead, the fact that someone would take the time to answer a question like that is intriguing. Because men are not allowed to look for their mothers.
No.
But I got to be your daddy.
See, I hear you on that, and I'm gonna put that down. But I have always disagreed with that. But I understand what you're saying. But you're right. You're right. You're right.
So when I hear somebody answer that question, yeah, you got my attention, and you're going to hold my attention for a while. I'm willing to put up with a whole bunch of other stuff because that part of the conversation didn't end the conversation. Mm-hmm. And so for me, I think men should ask that question, because the reality is maybe back in the Bible days, they were dealing with women who wasn't informed and educated and didn't know anything, but we ain't got them same kind of women nowadays. We got strong-willed women who have had to deal with guys who didn't step up, women who have experienced what it's like to do it on their own. And now guys come in and say, hey, listen, let me do it for you. Yeah, it's a different standard now. Because doing it for her back in the days, she didn't have a point of reference of what that looked like. Now she got her own point of reference. She like, yeah, I take trips on my own. I buy my own bags. What you doing different? You know what I'm saying? And so I think that it's important to do that and ask that question so you can know what you're dealing with, because just because you can't handle that particular brand of lifestyle that she's living don't make it wrong, but it don't make you wrong for not being able to handle it. It's just, oh, you know what? I can acknowledge, hey, all the best. You know what I'm saying? Like I believe it or not, I've had women tell me, oh, you ain't willing to take me on a trip right now? You're not for me. I appreciate you for letting me know.
Right. And you have a great day, ma'am.
You have a beautiful day. Be blessed of the Most High God.
Have the day you deserve.
Yeah, no, because I'm a character person. So my character is what carries me. And so if my character is what carries me, it has to be the same thing that carry the person. And if the person character ain't carrying them nowhere, all the best. Be blessed to you. Because I know how to be by myself. I've done that for a while now. It used to be terrifying. Mm-hmm. But I know how to be by myself now. I know how to just, Lord, I thank you for this day. And so, yeah, I'm good with that. I'm okay with that because I believe that any person that is of true value, it's gonna take you some time to find somebody in the market. Cause you ain't got no Dollar Tree love and no Family Dollar love and no, you know what I'm saying? You got that Bloomingdale stuff. It's a little bit more. It's a little bit more to you than everybody else. You know?
We just talked about that.
Yeah, yeah. It's a little different.
But it's
You know?
good to hear the men talking about this. So, ladies, I hope you're taking note, like in this, because again, cuffing season can reveal a whole lot. You know, it can set you up, and it can set you up. You know, but understanding that men do want to know, you are looking to not be. So men are not as silent as they were. I would say the silence of men today is real different than silence of men today. Like a lot of y'all, yes,
Yeah.
indeed.
Oh yeah.
The men in chat. So let me read the men's because I want to make sure we get the men's comments into this about the question about you asking a woman, what are your intentions towards me? And you know, and the fact, would you ask it? Moose says yes. Yes, he would. I'm proud of you for that. That's right. Ask it and wait for the answer. Don't give up no 411 till she says what it is and make notes. Roderick says, yes, men should ask, and I would ask the woman as well. Good. Proud of you too. That's the right answer. And you should, sir. And you should. I support you wholeheartedly. Very proud of you. Moose says it's deflection. He also says, I'm telling y'all go over to TikTok and follow Moose Be Strength. He said, love ain't Disney. Listen, what? What? I can't wait till he gets on here and shares that. It's making me so excited. I'm mad. Love ain't Disney. Such a good. I ain't gonna give it away because I want him to come do it himself. But I think it's important that men.
I'm sorry. I just want to say we do know that Bloomingdale's has been around for almost 160 some odd years. I just want to drop that in there. I just want to drop that in there because that's an investment. That's a caliber and the shopping community.
Hey, listen. Let me say this, and I'm gonna be quiet, right? I wear Creed Adventist. If anybody know what that is, you telling me a lot about yourself. And if you don't know what that is, you're telling me a lot about yourself. So, you know, do your homework. You understand? That is not the cologne that costs $300-400. It's a little more than that. It's a little more than that. So if you know what it is, you're telling me a lot about yourself. You can't tell me about no Gucci bag and you don't know what Creed Adventures is.
All right.
Well, yeah, that some people can when they buying it from DHgate. I'm sorry.
And I'm gonna tell you, I've been buying it long enough to understand the conversation. If the conversation ain't right, my love, God bless you, but I'm gonna have to move.
Okay.
Yeah, no, because I was married for 13 years.
Well,
I ain't got time to play.
Well, I think for me it's the shoes. The shoes tells this history.
Oh yeah.
Of a man. I look at a shoe. Your shoe, and how your pants hang. Your suit. Like I tell, and then I can also tell from a man when he's food shopping. Speaks volumes to me. So I already know. So I pay attention to those things like that. See, that's how you know when somebody, based on how they shop in the supermarket. I'm telling secrets that y'all guys don't know. A man's shoe tells his whole life. Not his sneakers, his shoes.
Well, everybody has their thing. So you know, you gotta find that thing that sends the message for you. Like she said, you know, this is the thing. Hold on, y'all. We got a birthday wish in the building for you. Let me just put Beyond Behavior. Welcome in.
Who is Beyond Behavior?
They say happy birthday, Justin.
I appreciate you so much.
Love sure is Disney. That's just the comments they saying. This must be somebody you know. But okay, happy birthday to you.
Hey, listen, my grandfather was a bishop. I got my Stacey Adams in the office, you know.
We ain't mad at that. We
So,
ain't mad.
I'm not mad at Stacey Adams. I'm not mad at because you do what you do. But I'm looking at a Talia May because I could tell the difference between a plastic heel and a wooden heel.
Preach.
Okay,
Well, yeah.
so I know ones that are foam. I know ones that I know shoes that are because leather shoes wear differently.
Hey, thank God most women ain't as informed as you are.
Oh yeah, I pays attention. Absolutely, baby. Yeah, I do because if you for me and in this cup and it goes to the cuffing season because how you show up tells me exactly where you are because somebody who has vested in themselves in that nature and it might sound so petty is not going to waste time on something temporary. He don't have it
You know,
because if he's investing in how he looks and how he carries himself, that means he's moving and shaking. And I look at watches because a lot of times folks just think that you wearing I look at watches. Watches tell stories too, honey. And I'm not talking about no Swatch watch. I'm talking about watches tell stories. So I pay attention to those things. So in cuffing season, and as I even younger, I looked at things like that at the time. At the time, Jordans and Tims and all of that. Yeah, Tims tell you story too. However, as you mature in things, I'm looking at Italian made shoes. I'm looking at shoes that ain't leaning when he going one way, his shoes is leaving him, and he trying to catch up to his shoe. So I think that all predicated in the conversation as well. What because if you're about something, you're not going to say something stupid to me.
Uh, and that is true. And the thing is, everyone again, you have to know what you look for, what you expect, how you show up, like you're saying. What is your capacity? Be honest about where you are, what you can handle, because it's not just getting it, it's maintaining it. So we can all talk a good talk, but if it's not a part of your real day to day, then when the time to show and prove comes, you're going to fail and you will be left behind because you cannot keep up. So you have to be honest. Again, with this cuffing season, if short term is what you want, then short term, be honest about it. But don't want short term and then want somebody to give you long term energy, because that's not going to work. That's what a lot of people feel shorted. Moose says, I wear my African sandals. Go ahead, Moose. Do your thing with your pedicure. Okay? All right? Because we don't play with the African sandals. It is a curse to wear African sandals and don't. So we know you keeps it together, keeps them all.
I'm ashamed I ain't reach out to y'all based on what Moose just said. Cause I've been looking for a place to get a facial all day. But everywhere I looked said $250 for a basic facial, and somebody told me that's too much. So at some point I need y'all to tell me how to find a facial.
We got you. I got somewhere for you in Jersey.
I was gonna say, where you at in Jersey?
He's in Jersey. Got something for you. Don't worry. Moose said, accept me as I am. Okay, that's true. Lotion, maybe not lotion, however, but listen, them African sandals is holding a high value man. So it don't matter. So we ain't mad at that. But men and women, I hope you leaned in and all that's been shared in this on this point of intention. And men, you should ask a woman, what is your intentions? Again, for me, I will tell you up front what I'm here for. I don't have any problem telling you what I'm here for. You won't even really have to ask me, because I'm trying to tell you, I'm not here to play any games. I'm not here to, just, that's right. I got you, Moves. None of us are here to play games. I don't have that type of time. I'm gonna tell you what I see in you. I'm gonna tell you what I think of you, and it's not a story. It's not me just trying to, use pretty words, and I don't have to get over to get along, to get over, and get over to get along. We ain't got to do all of that. No, if I see this in you and I want to invest in you, I'm gonna constantly call out to you. This is what I see. As a matter of fact, sometimes I hold back, because I don't want it to feel or seem like, what's the term we use? Love bombing now. but I firmly believe in pouring into you daily, because we need it daily. If God gives us brand new mercies every day, you know, we got to re-up every day. You can't run today off of yesterday's water. You got to drink your water for today. Then guess what? I need fresh words. I need fresh affirmations. We all need that fresh energy from one another. I need to know what is your intentions for me, towards me. And I believe that, again, men you should ask those questions. So thank you guys for all your input and for sharing. And again, I hope y'all in the chat, I hope y'all learning something here today, and those who are going to watch the replay as well, because they talking up here today. So there was another question that came up, was how can I prepare for cuffing season? Is that a real thing? How is there a way to prepare for it? And they said that these are a few questions that you should ask yourself. It says, although many people associate cuffing season with finding someone to be with in the colder months, it is still more than that, because even nobody wants to be with just somebody in the colder months. Like, you got to find the quality person, because you're going to be locked indoors with them. There's no escaping, and ain't nobody trying to go out. So, you want to be hooked in with somebody who is, see, here go Justin. You want to be hooked in with somebody who is that complete package, that total deal that can maneuver, knows how to flux and do all the things. I find that when you can, you are in a good place when you are with someone who you even enjoy their silence, where you enjoy each other's silence. We don't have to entertain each other. I just like being in your presence. So it says it's more than that. It says for a lot of us, it's actually a season of longing, of craving closeness, of wonder. Am I ready to let someone see the real me? It says it is actually a season of longing. When we get in those isolated spaces is when we are really, face to face with ourselves and craving closeness. I am actually a very hands-on person. So, it's important. And closeness comes in all different ways. It doesn't always have to be physically, but it's that connection with one another. And am I really ready to let someone see the real me? It says, here's how you can begin to emotionally slow down, check in with yourself by asking these questions about, am I really ready for this? What am I truly looking for? And again, that gets back to the point, like Andy was talking about, knowing what you want. I believe Coach Theo touched on that earlier too. Knowing what you want, being honest about what you want, upfront about what you want. What parts of myself do I want to show up when I'm with someone I like? I think that's a big one to ask, like, what parts of myself? Go ahead, Justin.
I can't speak for everybody, right? But I think that for me, I need to know if I can make her smile. Is she going to resist the smile? Right? Because I know, I feel like I'm speaking for most men, but a woman that I can make smile will get my whole check. I'm going to turn to a flat out simp for that woman, especially if I'm actually engaging. So I think that we should really consider, as men, I feel like if I can make you smile, if I could just naturally put a smile on your face and you can appreciate the effort that smile took, when summer comes, I ain't going nowhere. We're going to be hot together too. Hey, glory to God. We're gonna deal with the heat too. You ain't going nowhere.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I think that's the thing to consider, is like, for me as a man, and again, if I'm speaking for other men, God be glorified. If I'm not, I'm sorry.
Men, chime in. Is that something that's important to you? Like Justin is saying about a woman's smile, being able to make her smile. Does that weigh on you as a priority? Like, I didn't mean to cut you off, Justin. And then Eric share also after he finishes. How important is that to you? Is that really a big deal for you? Like, what does that mean?
Huge deal.
Go ahead, Justin.
It's a huge deal. I'm sorry. It's a huge deal because putting a smile on a woman's face is something that can be done every day. So the level of difficulty to put a smile on that woman's face and the way the conversation works with that woman is going to tell me how realistic you are. I've said it before. Traveling the world, going on trips, all of that stuff is amazing. I wish to God I was in a position to decide right now to take everybody on a trip, but I'm not. What I am in a position to do is live reality. Live in the now. And if there's nothing in the now that I can do,
Okay.
I don't feel qualified. And the fact that I don't feel qualified, I'm not going to put forth the same amount of energy. And I feel like we could miss out on a good person because of that. And so I think we should really consider, like, because for me, I ain't gonna lie, I dropped all of the standards and all of them. I don't got no standards. I'm gonna talk to you and listen to you right now. I'm gonna develop my standards in the way I view things right now, because those preconceived notions, even if they are 1 second old, is too old. I want to know right now what's on your mind, right now how you think, because I don't want to miss out on a good, God-fearing woman, because I got this internet idea that don't work outside of the internet. So I want to know what's going on with your mind right now. Like, can you get mad at me and be like, I don't like you, but here go your dinner?
With a smile.
Because the next day I'm going to say, I don't like you, but here go your Gucci bag. I'm going to take pride in a situation. I love a situation like that. Can we be mad at each other and still do what we supposed to do?
Still serve each other. Right.
Yeah, like it can't be about my mind. I'm not the biggest fan of the preacher I'm about to call out by name, right? But Michael Todd asked the question about how can you be of service? And I ain't gonna lie, it rung in my head ever since he said it. Because if that's not the question, to me, if that's not the question that both people involved with the situation are asking, that whole situation doomed from the beginning.
I can agree with that. I mean, it is a question. I'm sorry.
No, to me, I want to know. I really need to know that the love that I have is real. I can't handle no more fake love. I can't. I ain't got no more of that in me.
I don't think any of us do. Everybody else here does. And I think that's a good point. You know, we do have to consider, you know, how are we serving each other? Like, how can I serve you? That's an important thing. If I can't see, because it speaks to placement in each other's lives, you know, and if I can't serve you, then what good am I to you? You know, if I can't, and there's no serving you is honorable. Serving you, I should be able to do it with joy. I should be able to, it has nothing to do with my emotions. Like you said, if I'm mad right now, let me be mad, but I'm still going to honor you. I'm still going to serve you. I'm still going to take care of you, you know, and vice versa. And we have to be present for each other in that way. And if we can't do that, then we're not in the right space. Let's see. There is a comment, Roderick, Mr. Teddy Bear. He says a genuine smile is priceless. He's talking about the men, how important it is. How important is it? Like, ladies, did you know that? Did you? I can honestly say, I think for me, I did not realize that was really so much of a big deal.
Oh my God.
To men, you know, knowing that you make me smile. I didn't quite understand, because it's something that's simple that, like, really sometimes you take it like, man, you just, this is, and we all been in this situation where maybe that is what happened. You're speaking to your woman and you say you just want to see her smile, and like I said, we start fighting the smile because y'all are making us blush and shy. We like, well, please, like you ain't really, like, you don't really want it. Ain't that simple. It ain't that easy. And we brush it off and we're repelling it because it taps a piece of our emotions that y'all get us open in, and y'all make us very vulnerable in that space. And I don't want to admit that you got me just like that. Like, just the sight of you makes me smile. Just the thought of you makes me smile. When you text, like all the other text messages could come up in the day. Nobody else's matters but yours. When I see yours, I'm smiling. Just to like leave me a voice note. Send me, a picture or something. It don't matter as long as it's from you. I don't even have to be there. But I really did not realize how genuine that is from men. You really honestly just want to see us smile. And I think it's hard for a lot of women to embrace because we do so much performance love, looking to be loved, that the simplicity of us smiling, or as Rod says, genuinely, is like, that's really what does it for you. Like, you really just want to, like, that's, that's a lot.
That's everything. Because that tells me what the world don't even tell me in most cases. That I'm good enough. That tells me that what I'm doing, you like. We may not acknowledge it, but when you look at the internet and you listen to what's happening, it's what man can make her smile. Well, what makes her smile? The bags, the cars, the houses, the trips. If you ain't a man that got that, every man that got that is an obstacle.
But okay, so hold on right there. So I want to bookmark for a second right there, because I think in that respect, men have to understand there are different things that make me smile. And that may be something that makes me smile, but that's not what makes my heart smile. Because when you touch me from my heart, my smile is totally different. Like Rod said, a genuine smile is priceless. It hits different, me smiling, because I might smile because you bought me a bag, and yeah, it's the bag that I wanted, but that's really not, the product is not what's making me smile.
How do I know that?
It's the fact, because I'm going to tell you. Because we have to get to the place where we're understanding that we can't continue to do this performance love. I don't want you to buy my smile. I don't want you to over gift me, because at the end of the day, there's nothing that I want that I can't get from myself. But the one thing that I want that I can't get from myself is you. Because that's really what I want. It's you. The smile for me doesn't come because of this bag. It's because my man bought this bag. I wouldn't have cared if you bought it from Walmart. My man bought me this bag. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's gonna make, and I'm gonna pop it on my arm like it's a Louis, because it comes from you. It's not always about the product itself, but it's the fact that you saw me, you heard me, you took action on it. And I think
let me say this. You about to get into your audience's business, because if a man can get the smile from Walmart or Bloomingdale's that's been open 100 years, that part don't matter. I just want to get the smile. That for me, as a man, individual. You say I got a fan club. Hey, fan club, you interested? Want to know what I'm talking about? Let me tell you something. If I can get the smile,
don't tell all your secrets.
But don't tell them.
They gotta invest. Listen, I'm gonna cover my brother. My husband will tell you I will burn a country up for him. So let me just say right here, you're not gonna tell your secrets, because some things gotta come because they've invested time in you.
Oh, hey, listen.
First of all,
my sisters told me to be quiet.
They got to pass security first.
Y'all gotta earn the smile.
There's a screening process, but the point is,
it's a thing. But when see, I speak for the men. I don't speak for males. I don't speak for boys. I speak for the men who are intentional, who don't want to play games with women, who are looking to come to present themselves and say, hey, listen, this is all of me. I hope it's enough.
But I think that that has to come from a couple of places as a woman. And one of
Okay.
that is that you got to know that you have to be honest about where you are at.
Mm-hmm.
Emotionally, is emotionally, mentally, you got to know where you at. That's number one. And you're going to have it. And this goes into the singles ministry that I do. You got to know that you've taken some time to deal with your stuff. But you also got to be okay with the fact of being prepared to be vulnerable if you want that level of transparency from your partner. And sometimes we've gotten into a place culturally, and as a Black woman, I can say that sometimes I can, let me just say me, even though I'm in a relationship, there are moments I still have to wrestle with some things that
Yes.
might remind me of a place that I came from that was traumatic. And I have to be mindful that I don't force that on to my husband now. And but I have the conversation of being uncomfortable. So he is clear that this is not an attack on him. I'm still working through some things.
Yep.
And I think that we in regards to, even as a man, because I got two sons, I raised two boys, and the Lord decided to give me four grandsons. I don't understand, Jesus. I don't understand. And I think that one of the things that when you say that that genuine smile, you can't expect to give something genuine when you're not genuine when who you are. Because in order for me to you to give me something that's genuine from you, I gotta show up genuine in myself. And if I can't do that, me giving you, as Roderick said, a smile that's priceless, I can't give you something that's priceless when I don't even understand what my price is. When I put a price on myself. When there's no price on myself, then anything that I do or encompasses that's predicated to my partner is going to be priceless. The how I show up, how even in the discussions and the uncomfortable moments, how I handle that. Do I degrade him? Do I break him down? Do I say what I'm dealing with and then still reaffirm him that he is the most important thing in my life and I need this moment and he is the space for me to do it? So for that priceless smile, a woman got to understand where she's at first. Because you can't give something you have no capacity to process. And
Milo.
Nope,
I'm a
that's
stop.
good stuff. It's true. It's true. And the genuine smile it comes from that space of what I feel about you, and in being I have to be able, for me, I have to be able to be honest and vulnerable, like you were saying about it. I have to know me, and I'm not, you cannot, it's hard to fake, things. People perform, but it really is hard to fake things if you think about it. We can all tell when someone is being genuine, they're trying, you're struggling, whether it's just pacifying and stuff like that. We can all tell that. But also, men, when you do get that genuine smile, because like Justin was saying, it reaffirms the fact that you're enough. Please believe that then. Don't, because I think sometimes men fight against that belief that I really am enough. Like, oh snap, like you intentionally went and did something to make me smile genuinely. Like Ross says, now I'm genuinely smiling, and now you're surprised that I'm really smiling. Like, and you're like, oh snap, I really, am I enough? Am I really enough? And then they're like, I don't even believe that you really think that I'm enough. Like, for men, y'all have to stop it there. You got the reaction that you wanted, that genuine smile. Receive it, sit in it, and own it and build on it. Ladies, for us, it's allow yourself to be vulnerable and transparent and honest enough to allow yourself to feel that, to let him see that. Because that, I think, is a good place where you start building that bond even more and even better. And like Indy said, I see you. Give me 1 second. it speaks to, like you said, there are some things that may come up that you're still working through and you're still processing. We're always still processing, and you don't know it until you get into the relationship with this person that you are really investing in and they're investing in you. You know, I had to have a conversation where I said, well, you know, this, I'm fine. And this was a struggle for me to admit, but I did. And I was like, you know, I'm feeling triggered by this because it just brings back a memory of something. It wasn't saying I'm leaving. It's not saying that I'm still not here. It's not saying I'm with it. But I had to acknowledge that this is what's making me feel like this, you know, and being able to be in a safe space to have that honest conversation was cool because I know my investment, they know their investment. You know, it speaks to when you are invested. You're not just gonna turn on your, you're gonna look for that ROI. You know, you're not just gonna cut it up when you are really locked in to that solid space with each other. So I'm just saying that we have to embrace both sides so that we break the cycles of, I'm going to embrace the fact that you genuinely make me smile. And I love that you make me smile in a way that I can't even help myself or hide it. And I want you to hold on to the fact that, like Justin said, you know, if this is how this makes you feel, that response from us makes you feel like you're enough. Hold on to the fact that this woman is showing you that I don't care what you were not to the last woman or 10 women before that. For me, everything you are and everything you're not is enough. Let me just read some comments real quick and
You
then
need to repeat that again when you said about that part about being vulnerable to say it. And I'm telling you, not because I'm leaving, I'm telling you because you have created a space for me where we can have this conversation. So when you do see the smile, you got to remember those moments where there was some turbulence, there was some issues, there was some troubles. And I came to you first. I didn't go to my sister girls. I came to the man that is the king, the priest, whatever you want to identify. I'm coming to you and telling you that I'm having a rough time with something. I ain't leaving. I'm invested. I'm
right.
invested
Me,
because I'm telling you my issue. I'm
right.
telling you my struggle. And
For
I
me,
think that
I'm
that's
gonna
on both ends. That when a man comes to you and says, listen, I got some stuff that I'm dealing with. That's not the time for us to say you ain't no real man and you did it. No, that's not what we do. What we do is that we cover, but we so busy competing that we can't cover.
but it's that safe space, right? It's that safe space to be vulnerable. And you know, you have to. If I'm not invested in you, I'm not going to be vulnerable with you. I'm not gonna say nothing. The fact that I'm talking, let you, I'm putting my fears to the side. I'm matter if I'm not even putting my fears to the side. I'm putting my fears on Front Street. I'm telling you my emotions. Like this is what I feel. This is what it, you know. And so, um, we have to lock into that with each other. But let me read these comments, and then I want Justin to make his comment, and then I want to because we're gonna start to wrap it up because you know we will be here all night. Because I want to get to this cuffing schedule. Okay. Welcome in, Risha. She is a part of the Thursday night squad, the ladies' room. Hey, sis, so glad you made it. She said, "Hey, y'all, my man, my man, my man." That's right. I don't care what it is he bought for me, where he got it from. If my man, my man, my man bought it, I'm going to hold it, hold it, hold it, love it, love it, love it, wear it, wear it, wear it, boast in it proudly, and all of the things.
I
Okay.
think she might have something to tell us, sis. That statement right there.
I don't know. I'm gonna leave that alone. I'm gonna leave it alone. Uh, maybe we're gonna see. Terry says, I don't need you to ask because when you're truly connected to your partner, you learn them as they learn you. Terry also says, I think that's a question that men shouldn't ask because if you are really intentional with this woman you are seeking, you will learn you will learn her intentions for you. Um, that's a good perspective. You know, if you, and it's okay, like I said, we are not here to convict, no, convince. Everybody's, you know, thoughts, feelings, opinions are different because we all, you know, come from a different space. So it's okay. Some men may feel like that's not a good question to ask. I feel personally, you know, I'm on the opposite side of the street where I feel like It's a question men do have the right to ask, because you need to understand, men, you invest so much into women, and you give so much to a woman, and sometimes you get, no, I'm just gonna say it. I ain't gonna say it sometimes. I'm gonna say 10 toes down with my chest. Men, you give so much to women, you invest so much to women, and you get so little in return. Women, this is how it gets into spaces of men being used for everything that they have, and not being treated humanely. You have a right. I mean, I have a son, and I'm not just saying it because I have a son, but I'm saying it because I've always been this way. Like, you need to know and think about what is this woman's intentions towards you. Um, the accountability. You got to be accountable for one another. I'm not just gonna leave you out there, but I do understand what you're saying, Terry. It's not a challenge. We're just on different sides of the streets, and we're talking about it because there are, there's somebody on every side. You know what I'm saying? So, because if you really, into the woman, a person's into, you'll learn their intentions for you. But how much of you do you want to put out there and risk? How much of you gonna extend?
He extended a lot because that's my husband. He extended a lot.
I know. But I'm saying in general, related to the comment, for men, you have to think of how much of you are you going to extend for until you learn a woman's intentions for you. By that time, you could have given more of yourself than you have even had to give, and her intentions for you were no intentions at all. And now here you back at ground zero. So, but I know, sis, I know. She said, depending on the generation of women you're seeking. And that's true. Okay, so that's our comment section. Justin, you wanted to say something, and then I wanted to get to, I want to go around, let Theo been real quiet. Eric been quiet for a minute. I know me and Justin was getting into it. He was trying to catch up. Because the birthday boy, has been celebrating. So, let me just see. My questions was, what am I truly right now? What part of myself do I want to show up when I'm with someone I like? For me, that is a key question that I ask myself all the time. Another question, what kind of energy do I want to give and receive in this chapter of my life? Very important. These are just questions to keep in mind. All right. So let Justin share. And then we're going to go Theo. Then we're going to go Eric and D as we get our closing thoughts, comments, and chat. If you have anything that you want to lend to the conversation, please do. Chat is still open. And then we're going to end by this cuffing season schedule. So go ahead, Justin.
I think the brother has a I'm sorry. I think the brother has a unique situation by comparison to, to what's happening nowadays. Um, I am the type of person that I don't mind being upfront with the love, with the trust, but I'm also paying close attention. And so I'm gonna ask that question because the world that we live in nowadays don't necessarily have the women that take accountability. But if you answer a question from the beginning, then I have a right to hold you accountable. So that's just me. I don't really, I'm not one for the game. I'm gonna hold you to what you said. I'm sorry.
You need some
I'm
water?
all, I got some.
You need your pump?
Yeah, I'm only gonna
Okay.
hold a person to what they said. Um, Outside of that, I'm not interested in that. But I'm also the type of person that I've wasted time, and maybe I'm dealing with trauma, but I don't have time to play games. Like, tell me the fundamentals of what it is, and we'll move forward from there. Outside of that, I'm not interested. Not interested at all because I don't want to play games anymore. I did that. Today, I'm 41 years old. I don't got no more time for games. So,
But I mean, Justin, do you really think in totality you're going to get someone right out the door that's going to tell you and be honest about that?
no,
I
I
mean, I'm
don't.
just asking from a woman's perspective because I know and I so agree with what you're saying, but let's be honest about that because most people don't want to be honest. You always meet the alter ego before you meet the ego.
See, I know
But
that.
that's
And
why
so
we
for
have
me,
to. But that's why we have to stop with showing up in performance mode.
that for me is I'm not in performance mode, and I'm not going to say I'm in performance mode. I'm going to say very clearly this is me because I can only hold a person accountable for the truth that I give them. If they choose not to believe it, that's their thing. But I'm going to hold them accountable for the truth that I give them. I'm going to be like, I ain't gonna lie to you, ever since 14 years old. If somebody's showing interest in me, if I show interest in somebody and they show it back, I'm trying to run them off from the beginning. Because if you could be ran off with the truth, me and you, no disrespect to the person, but me and you don't have nothing. Because I realized at a very young age, there is I grew up in the church and I saw older people who had 40 and 50 years of marriage under their belt. And outside of Christ himself, there's nothing more beautiful than that to me. So that is my intention. And I say that up front. I don't care what we arguing about. I don't care what we fussing about. Can we get through it? That's the question.
Right. That
If
part.
I never take you on a trip, and anybody that know me know I'm a hustler, I'm going out there and get it. So I'm gonna take you on the trip. But if I never take you on the trip, is that a deal breaker?
Oh,
Would you
that's a whole.
rather deal with somebody that's going to treat you like trash but take you on a trip, treat you like trash but buy you a bag? Because if that's the person you'd rather deal with, my love, enjoy your life. I don't have time for that. I don't have time for that. I don't have time for that because I'm so sick of. See, I'm about to be real vulnerable, right? After 13 years of marriage and being told, damn, if I would have knew what I know now, I would have stayed. I'm sorry. I don't want to play that game no more. I don't want to play that game. I refuse to play that game. I'm not interested in that game. You know what I'm saying? Like I have zero interest in it. I'm not going to do it. And so for me, I say up front, your smile means the world to me. There's nothing that gets me going like me doing something to put a smile on the woman that I'm interested in face and she actually smiled. Oh my God. It's almost as good as doing something to a car and it actually cranking up. Matter of fact, it's better than that. And so I think the sisters should know the value of the smile. Because that's what the guy now maybe later on in the situation it may be more, but in the beginning, for me to if I say a joke and you laugh, I'm burning back. I got it. I'm the man. And for me to make a woman feel like for her signals to say that I'm the man to her, I don't even care if I don't pay taxes. I'm gonna get Bay whatever she wants. Whatever Bay wants, she gotta get it. I got to get it. So I think that that's the way that it should be understood. And again, this could just be me as a man, but
Hmm.
the behaviors that I see in other men, there's nothing more fulfilling to a man than actually accomplishing the goal of putting a smile on the woman that he's focused on face. I don't know anything that makes more that gives a man more. The check at the job don't mean more than that smile. You know what I'm saying? And so when we get to a place where that smile is like, oh my God, nothing I do work. That's a rough space for a man to be in. But if you a woman that gives that I my experience, not everybody, but my experience is I've dealt with women who don't give the smile because they like, well, I don't want you to know you got me. You-
That
I'm
happened.
40, I'm 41 now. All right, well then go get with somebody that you want to know that got you, because I'm doing it for a reason. And if you don't want me to know that the reason I'm doing it works, go get with the fella that you don't mind doing it. That's where I'm at nowadays. But if I'm like the goal is let me know that what I'm doing works. I'll let you know that what you're doing works, and we gonna have a good life. That's just my thing. We gonna have a good life if I know that what I'm doing works. And for the women that's thinking about it, there will come to a place where it gets too easy for a man, and you can tell him, "Hey, listen, I want to do this." And guess what? Because you want it, Bank of America better look out because he'll rob Bank of America to get you what you want.
Lord Jesus. Well, let's hope he don't have to do that. Let's hope
I
he don't
hope
have
you don't. But if you dealing with me, don't tell me you want something and I can't get it. I'm gonna take the fastest route to it. I'm just being honest. Now,
No,
y'all, we
you
got
can
praying
only
women on here that's gonna help me.
you
You
can
know what I'm
only share
saying?
you can only share your truth. You
Right.
I
know,
got I got flowers in
no,
one hand and a book of matches in the other. She has to
Preach
choose what
it.
she got to choose wisely. I'll give her the flowers if she's doing right, or I'm gonna burn up everything associated with her.
The
It's
whole
yay,
thing.
the whole thing,
well,
nothing left.
listen, okay, we you've heard it here. If nothing else tonight, you've heard it here. Uh, about how this thing goes and what's really most important to the men folk. Who knew that we would land here when it comes to cuffing season? Who knew? But hey, Thursday nights, we never know. We never ever know how we are going to. We don't know where it's going to go. We just let it grow. But I want to make sure that we leave space for everybody to have their final thoughts and comments. We got about 4 minutes, so I want to give space to Theo, to Eric will be back if he's not back, and ND to give us, their brief closing comments, because I do want to share with you guys. As a matter of fact, let me share this first. No, I'm gonna let y'all go ahead. Y'all go ahead and share your thoughts and comments. I know Theo has some notes over there because this has been a lot of dialogue and she's been sitting quiet for a minute. So I know what that means. But we always gonna wrap it up and maybe we'll do a part two to this. I know Justin brought up something really good. I think we should talk about some deal breakers. Like, do deal breakers exist? Why do they exist? Should we have them? Who knows? We might have to dig deeper into cuffing season. But come on, Theo, give us your thoughts, comments.
No, I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't say I've ever really experienced this cuffing season thing, but just listening to everybody just made me be like a little more introspective, right? But I would say I probably am leaning towards like really what Terry said, which is I feel like as you grow and you are in a relationship and you guys get into the point of vulnerability is when you begin to learn each other, right? Is when you really see what their true intentions are. Because here's the reality: I could ask you what your intentions are, but until I see that your actions align with that, right? You're just telling me what your intentions are, right? So I think that's one thing. When it comes to a smile being a thing that makes a man happy, I'm sure that is the case, but I will tell you, I smile all the time. Like that was my nickname as a child, right? So the person that with me is gonna have to learn what that smile means. Because if my smile reaching my eyes is different from me just smiling, right? So
Well,
it has
we know there's a whole different kind of smile that you
yeah.
throw in the head.
So I think when you think about that, it comes down to really asking, what should I be thinking about if she's not smiling? Right? What is the conversation that needs to be had if she's not smiling? Right? Because I would say I can only speak for myself. I can't really speak to other women, but I'm not really looking for what you can buy me or what you could do for me, right? That smile is going to come from another place, which means if it's reaching here, that means you've reached here, right? And so I just think, it was a lot of conversation, right? Like I was like trying to take it all in and really think really think about it, because I think everybody made some good points, but I'm sitting back thinking like, for the man dealing with me, that was my nickname as a kid, Smiley. Like I smile even when I don't want to smile, right? So you really do have to get to learn to know me, because the smile you receive might mean a whole different thing, right? So but I really do think, like, when it comes down to that intention thing, is for me, your actions have to align with what you're telling me, right? And that comes with time, that comes with being vulnerable for both parties, right? The relationships are not easy, right? It's work. So I think we talked about this on one of the other shows. The
Mhm.
question becomes, are you committed to the commitment?
Yep, we did. That's a good point. That's a good point. Thank you for bringing us back into remembrance of that point, Coach Theo. Are you committed to the commitment? That's for sure, for sure. I know Eric stepped away for a second, so while we are wrapping up real quick, ND, your final thought, comment?
I guess ultimately for me with all of this is three words I live by. I've lived by and they've worked. Somebody's making a decision. Everything is based on a decision. So if your decision is not to be truthful, honorable, vulnerable, then maybe you should not even engage. Because I think that when we are cognizant of how we handle people, uh, I think when we're cognizant of how we've been handled, whether it has been good or bad, we make a conscious decision not to reciprocate that onto others. And we are intentional in how we show up for people and consistent in that. And when somebody doesn't do that or cannot provide those things, I think that we have to have enough space and enough love for ourselves to back away without intentionally backing away, because we've already vetted and realized that we have our own stuff that we're still dealing with. And if I can't give you if you can't give me what I am expecting regarding just a level of respect, there won't be a place for a relationship, love, or any type of intimacy. So I think that we have to make a decision how we want to show up for others and put the expectation on how we want others to show up for us. And when they don't do that, hold them, like you said, accountable to them not being what we need them to be in that moment, and being okay with the possibilities of walking away from that. And I think that we are fearful of being in a relationship, but we're fearful of leaving a relationship, but we're fearful of being vulnerable in a relationship. And then we're fearful when we don't have a relationship. So we got to pick a side. I think that's
Mhm.
ultimately it.
All right, we got to pick a side. Pick a side, people. Are you committed to commitment? You picking a side? You paying attention to the actions that are causing a genuine smile? Eric, are you back? Okay, he is not yet. All right. Well, as we're wrapping it up tonight, thank you everyone for, of course, being an amazing squad. Thursday nights are always on fire and full of engagement and full of conversation. I don't think a week goes by we don't find something else new and grow and learn. We leave here scratching our heads sometimes. And then even after the show, when we talking with each other, we still, it just is always a good feeling when we can come and talk and learn from one another. Again, we don't always have to agree because we have different life experiences. We're on different sides of the coin. But the beautiful thing is we come in here to share, to expand, and to grow. And we do that through these conversations. Some of us are licensed clinicians, therapists, counselors, pastors, preachers, teachers, all of that. But when we come in this space, we can take our professional hats off, even though our principles still show up, but we take our professional hats off and we talk as people. So again, I want to thank everyone for tuning in. Hey, Paris, I'm so sorry. I said hi to you in my head when I posted your comment. We love you up in here. We're glad to see you and for popping in. And if you haven't hit that thumbs up button, please do so now before we leave this space.
Hey, Lady Dawn,
Yes, sir.
I just gotta say this because I wasn't gonna say nothing, but I love y'all so much. I think y'all should know. By the end of this month, if everything goes the way I think it's going to go and the way it's looking so far, I will be a certified life coach. I just want to put that out
Come
there.
on. Come on, another
Yeah.
one.
I've been being quiet about it, but Theo inspired me, so I found somewhere, and I kind of
Okay.
just been in. I've been quiet about it, but I've been joining every single class they got. So
Okay.
I'm gonna run it by Theo when I get a chance. But yeah, no, by the end of it, I'll be able to be included in that part of the spiel
Listen,
a
come on
little
over
bit.
to the certified side. Come on over to. I'm working and I'm working on it. I'm in school. I'm still finishing up my degree. I'm still, doctorate is on the way. I'm still plugging. So, but in between, I am. I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm working on a certification, and for life coach and for grief counselor. So, the fires are burning. But come on, it's gonna be your month for sure, for sure. And when you do cross over, let us know so we can
Oh
celebrate
my
you.
God, absolutely. I'll be in Florida if everything goes how I think it's gonna go. I'll be in Florida at the time. Hopefully, my mother's not watching this, but I'm surprising her at the end of the month. I'm going to see her. Her birthday is the 21st, and I arrive on the 22nd. I already got everything set up. I'm gonna surprise her.
That's
But
beautiful.
on the 27th is when everything will be finalized, and I'll know what I need to know.
All right. Well, come through. Come on over to the certified side. All right. So we're gonna have our certifications on the wall all over. Y'all gonna get a real Thursday night session. We ain't gonna call it counseling or therapy. We ain't gonna get it because then we got to give y'all, we got to bill y'all. Okay. So we just gonna say y'all gonna be chatting it up with all of the therapists, the counselors, the coaches, and all of that. Come on, team. I love that. I love that for you, and I love that for us. So, listen, guys, we hope that you have gathered some information and understanding about what this season is. Okay, what is happening? Paris says certified on the 27th. Come on, come through. But cuffing season is a real thing. It is a real period of time. Some of us may not even realize, but with the shifting of our emotions, with the shifting of our moods, as the seasons change, so do our feelings. So start to pay attention to your feelings. I felt attacked earlier. I was told that I was a cuffer by Eric, and then Theo signed off on it. Okay, I don't know what this partnership they have going on over there, but it was like my therapy session. I'm a reformed cuffer. Okay, maybe I'm reformed. I am definitely reformed. I don't move in that vein anymore. That was many moons ago. But cuffing season is a real thing. So this
You can
schedule,
still cuff once your husband come. You can cuff your husband.
listen, don't. Okay. I okay.
I know what you say, but I know what I see. Bless the Lord.
I believe. Listen, I ain't mad at cuffing him. I'm not mad at cuffing him. I ain't mad at him cuffing me. We stuck together, in the cuffing. We will be cuffed together, and that's exactly how it will be and how I want to stay.
I need you not to stutter. I need you not to stutter. You don't never stutter. You stuttering. I see you.
No, I actually
You caught that right, Theo? You don't never stutter. You were stuttering right now. I was like, what is happening here?
explain. Let me explain why I was stuttering, because I was actually reading at the same time while I was talking to y'all. Y'all know it'd be a whole lot of things going on back here that y'all don't see, but I see. But yeah, let's see. Oh, Theo said what you said. I did not sign off. I just asked you a question about. I know what kind of bread I like. I know what kind of bread I know, but I found my brand of bread, and don't worry about the bread. We good. I'm
That's right. Come on. That's right. Say it, Paris. Say it. No, you're telling the truth. Come on, Paris. Tell the truth. Tell the truth. They need to know that even though
I ain't mad at no.
We saved and sanctified. The marriage bedroom is undefiled. Order in the court.
Look, I'm not mad at a handcuff or two. As long as you know how to get them off, I'm not mad at it. Okay, I ain't worried about it. And that's a story of another time. But yes, whatever it takes, I'm not opposed to it. We can be handcuffs. Listen, that's a. All right, that's an after dark.
I got chandelier ministry. I'm the chandelier ministry. You handcuffed, I'm chandelier.
Chandelier pole. You want to be the part of the Rockets on a whole different level. Like we talk about it, but that's the after dark conversation. For the grown folks, that's when we're gonna start at 8:30. But yeah, but no, I am I'm a reformed. Back in my earlier days, I'm a reformed cuffer. And now I only cuff. I cuff for keeps. That's what I do now. I cuff for keeps. I ain't got that kind of time, and I'm tired. Okay.
Put that on the back of the Fluffy Nation shirt. Fluffy Nation, cuffs for keeps.
There you go. I got it. I write it down. Write it down. So let me read y'all this cuffs for keeps. That's it. See what I'm saying? I ain't playing. Y'all ain't gonna play though. And once I cuff for keeps, don't touch my stuff, because I will scratch your eyes out. Okay. I'll let you know. All right, so we're gonna get off the handcuffs now, because here go Risha, Jesus the Christ. Yep, I ain't gonna tell y'all all my business tonight. So this cuffing season schedule goes like this. Pre-cuffing season is between August and September, and they say the end of summer brings the realization that cozy nights are ahead. People start thinking about finding a partner to ride out the colder months with. Then tryouts is in October. With fall underway, casual dating picks up, and people are testing compatibility. It's a time for fun dates and figuring out who might be cuffing material. Then in late October to early November is drafting season. Cuffing season intensifies as people narrow down their options. The search for the ideal partner to settle in with over the holidays begins. See, this we're talking about in the bread aisle. You see the different kinds of breads. You got to see which kind of bread is in the aisle so you can decide what kind of bread you want.
Listen, you said you reformed, so don't worry about the bread.
I'm sorry. I'm reformed. You're right. I'm gonna carry on with the list and mind my business. So then in mid-November to December is cuffing. It's official. You've made your choice. As the days get shorter and winter approaches, relationships start to solidify. People are getting cozy and committing to their cuffing partners. Then we have December to January, which is holiday romance. The holidays are here, and cuffed couples are enjoying romantic moments, meeting families, and sharing the festive season together. Then we have January to February is the cuffing plateau. When the holidays are over, the reality of winter sets in. Couples are still going strong, but the excitement of a cuffing season starts to fade a little. Then we have mid-February, which is Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day brings one last surge of cuffing season romance. For some, it's a celebration of love. For others, it's a make or break moment. Then we have post Valentine's Day to March. That is the breakup. Dun, dun, dun. So we talked about as spring approaches and the weather warms up. See, we got to reload. Many cuffing season couples start to part ways. With summer days ahead, like we started saying in the beginning, it's time to get back out there. This is a real thing. Another group puts it as the cuffing season schedule is scouting, which is looking for a partner online, is from August 1st to the 31st. Then drafting, which is picking your top candidates, is from September 1st to the 30th. Then you have tryouts, which you go on many first dates. See the bread aisle again. That's October 1st to the 31st. Then you have preseason. This is a time where you get more serious with one or two prospects, which is around November 1st to November 30th. Then you have cuffing season itself. Pick your best match and be exclusive for the holidays, December 1st to January 15th. Then you have the playoffs. That's survive the holidays and consider long-term potential, usually from January 16th to February 13th. Then you have the championship game. Offer official boyfriend-girlfriend status and celebrate Valentine's Day, February 14th. And after that season is done. And that's where separation starts to begin. So I hope that you all have learned something tonight about cuffing season so that you can be mindful and be aware whether you are a cuffy or a cuffer, whichever side of the tracks that you on. Okay, let's be mindful of our intentions, our motives, and our actions as we move forward in relationships. Hope we shed some light
Wait,
into this.
that's a whole academic. That's a whole academic curriculum. Do you graduate when you finish? Or is there a degree or a certificate that you get when you finish all of that?
Exactly.
The degree and the certificate is if you get through the cupping season and you still maintain the relationship, guess what? You have graduated to permanent status. Okay? So, with that being said, guys, keep in mind, we're here to help educate and inform. So we hope something's been said, done, shown, and shared tonight that will help you do just that. Move carefully in this season, all right? And my Fluffy Nation people, our fluffy people, listen, make safe decisions with your life, as our sister Risha says. Guard your heart, cover yourselves, have a good time dating, and I hope that you find the one. Join us next Thursday. It's going to be a lot of fun. Next Thursday, we got poetry night, and coming to the mic, it's going to be AJW. He's going to be sharing. We're going to have Moose B Strength. Love Isn't Disney. Come on, somebody. And you will have me, your girl, Lady Dawn B, sharing some poetry from Soul Poetry Matters of the Heart. And who knows, our team might just bring their favorite poem and we're going to talk and share. We're going to mellow out on next Thursday. So meet us here at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Again, also, I think, if I didn't mention before, be prepared. Upcoming, I'll be going over to the Sheila Ingram Ministries Network channel very soon to do about 30 minutes of spirituality with me, Elder Dawn B, sharing a good word to encourage you, get you through the day. That may happen before the end of the month, but definitely by November, so date and time will be shared. So join us next week. We love y'all. Hit that like button, subscribe, share, show some love to your favorite squad member, and have an amazing rest of your night. Thanks, everyone. See you next week.
The best of my life, yeah, I'ma make the Rest of my life,